Well, hello and welcome back in, everybody. We're here on Riverbend Springs trying to beat it as horse farmers. Now, this is episode 6, and I was thinking about making this field behind me, or not this field behind me, the field off to the left, our other field that we just got done harvesting the grass on. I was thinking about making it into an oat field. The field directly behind me here is an oat field, and I realized something. We can actually flip between oats and grass every single year if I really wanted to. I don't think we're going to, though. It just doesn't seem like it's worth it right now. We got an abundance of grass off that last harvest there. A lot more hay than I think we're going to ever need for a year worth right now, but I just don't think I want to do all the extra work to flip the fields each time. Now, we'll look at that crop calendar and get an idea. Here's the crop calendar, and closer toward the bottom here is oats. Looks like now is the planting season and last month. So I just got done harvesting a full harvest in April. So if I wanted to rotate this, I could change it to oats right now, do a harvest in August, and then plant grass in August, and then do a harvest in maybe November of grass, or just wait around until April again and do a full harvest. I don't think it would be completely full in November. I'm not sure. Maybe my months are off. I don't know. But that's kind of what it's looking like. So to do it, yes or no, I don't think so. It just seems like a whole bunch of work, and I don't want to deal with that. So until then, we're just going to keep it grass field over there and an oat field right behind me here. And we got to do something to that grass field. Now, I don't know if we actually need to. I was thinking we need to add some fertilizer to it or roll it. We don't have a roller. We don't really have much fertilizer either, if we have any. And we also don't have much money for fertilizer. So this is probably going to be a bad idea, but I think I'm going to spend all my money we have on some solid fertilizer. Let's go ahead and try to get that taken care of with the grass field, get it fully fertilized. And the next harvest, we'll end up having a lot more grass, and we'll probably end up selling it off. Now, I don't think I'm going to sell off just grass. Either I'm going to turn it into hay, or I'm going to turn it into silage. Now, we don't have a way of making silage, but we have a way of making hay. So we'll probably turn it into hay. All the leftovers will be sold off, and we have a lot left over sitting on the other side of that big, beautiful tree. Holy cow, just now noticed it's got like flowers on it. What kind of tree is this? That is so cool. It says Northern Catapole. I don't know. It says it down there in the bottom right, but yeah, no, that was looking pretty cool. I like that. I just never noticed that on this map, and then I'm looking over in that direction. I'm like, hey, on the other side of that tree, and I'm like, wait a second, that tree stands out. So 81 liters of lime here. I don't know if that's actually going to check out or not, and yes, it did. So 81 liters did check out into a pallet. And do I have the shop deliveries down? No, I don't have it here, though, if I did have it down. So we'll put it down right there. We'll go ahead and try to buy some solid fertilizer. Of course, it's going to cost a lot of money, and I'm really worried about that, but probably just buy all we can buy. That right there is $9,600. If I go up to 6, oh, wait, we can do 6. Okay. Really don't know if we're going to use all 6, but we'll go ahead and buy it anyways. And, oh, man, I just realized there's going to be a delivery fee with that. Will that cover the delivery fee? I don't know. I think we might be in the negative, and yes, we are in the negative. Negative $258. You got to be kidding me. If we don't use all this, I'm going to be mad. Well, I'm going to be kind of happy if we don't use it all. I'll be mad if we do use it all. I don't know. Either way, I'm just not going to be happy about this whole situation of me not having much money. Got it all loaded up here, 6,000 liters, and I just realized something else. We need to do more than just fertilize this field over here. We need to actually lay down some lime to it as well. Now, I guess we really don't need to do either one of these steps, but looking down there, we got a pH value of good, which is the lime, and then nitrogen of okay, which is the fertilizer, and I don't know why it's coming out to okay. Well, if it's reading okay, maybe we'll have quite a bit left over, but there are a few parts where it's saying bad and bad for both of them. I don't know. Let's just see what we need later on. We can see in that mini map it did turn to a bright red. Now, it's not going to go bright green, I don't think, because grass doesn't take much fertilizer. We'll see what happens once we get going, though. Normally, I would just hire a worker and go on about doing a contract. 2 reasons I'm not going to do that. 1 is because I don't think there's any good contracts out there. And 2, because we don't have any money. We need to have the actual money to hire that worker. But we can see in the bottom left there in that mini map how it is turned into a greenish color. Not a super bright green, so it's not using that much. And yeah, I definitely think we're gonna have a lot left over. I could probably sell some back, but I think there's one other way I'm gonna make some money besides selling back some of this fertilizer. About to finish up the last little bit here. We can look down that map and see there's some green, there's some orange and yellow, and it's just all over the place with different colors. I don't exactly understand what happened here. I don't think the soil samples are that different, because that looks very different as far as how much fertilizer is actually on the field. Now, it is reading perfect where we're standing and where we were looking on the map in this area. It's actually an orange color, so it's fine, I guess, and it may play into the soil samples. We should be able to see those somewhere in this menu right here. There it goes right there. Okay, so there is a change in soil samples, but the weird part is this over here is all green, and then this over here on this side is all an orangish or yellow color. So I don't know what the heck's going on there, why it's such a different color, what's happening. But I do know we got 4,961 liters left of solid fertilizer. Probably could have got away with just, what, 1,000 liters? Yeah, I could have just cut it a little short and just only did 1,000 liters. I cannot believe I accidentally bought that much. Now we may sell that back or not. I don't know. I was thinking about selling off a tractor. And not this big old beautiful red Massey. Or not the beautiful John Deere. Y'all know I like some John Deere. Y'all saw in that first episode I had that John Deere shirt on. Probably the Challenger. But I'm also thinking we don't necessarily need to do that. We don't need to sell this yellow tractor off over here. Let's find a place to sell off the solid fertilizer and see if we can make enough money to buy some lime. I have absolutely no idea what I was thinking. I came over here thinking I could sell the solid fertilizer somehow, but no, I can't. There's actually no place on this map where I can sell it. I don't got any sell everything down or anything like that. We could look in here where it says solid fertilizer. Apparently I could buy it at lime stations for $1,280 per liter. It's pretty nice, maybe. I don't know. I'm not sure what I paid per 1,000 liter out of the store. It might actually be the same, but out of those lime stations will be a bulk amount. I'm going to drive this back to the farm, which is also not good as well because I'm running out of fuel and we have no money. So unfortunately that Challenger might be going bye-bye. Let's go ahead and get in that, bring it over to the shop, see what kind of money we can get out of it, or just sell it at the farm. I guess that is an option. I decided I'm going to go ahead and park this thing away, get out, go to sleep. We're not going to do any liming. It's in the okay range in some of the spots, probably perfect in some of the other areas. Negative $205. We'll definitely lose some money here, but I think we should be fine. As long as there's a good paying contract that comes in next month. We'll see what happens. Guess we're not losing that old $11,000 or whatever we were losing before, because we're only down to negative $10,553, which indicates we lost about a little over $10,000. Well, not too bad, and I did leave this little pallet out. I'm sure it's not good with that rain, but it is a game, and it's not going to make a difference. Yeah, lime would definitely not be good in the rain, but oh well. Now, how are the horses doing? I am kind of concerned about the whole oat level. Are we going to have enough oats to last us all the way until harvest time? Harvest time should be coming up here pretty soon. We don't have much to do with the rain coming in. Looking at oats here, we got 2 more months, so July will be harvest time. We should be able to harvest right there in that first section of the harvest season, and hopefully we make it. Now, exactly how much oats do we have in there? I don't know. We'll go over to animals, check that out. Base food's up there, 16,000. Hay is dropping and dropping fast, so we can add more hay to it. We have an abundance of hay, and we'll continue to add hay to it. Now let's do a quick check on our fields. Looking good over here. pH value's okay. It's in the good, I guess. That's fine. Expected yield 123%. Yield potential 125. We're missing some stuff there. Growth 3 of 5. We got a ways to go. And there are some weeds in there somehow. I don't know how weeds got in there. I plowed up the whole entire field. I don't understand that one. Now pH value over here, the lime, it is bad. I don't like that. But we are on growth stage 2 of 4. So that means we should be able to harvest in July. So the same time we're harvesting oats, we'll be harvesting the grass, making some more hay, making some more money. Now, negative $10,000 on top, right? That is absolutely horrible. Is there any contracts out there that's going to help get us out of that? I don't want to waste my time on little tiny contracts that don't pay much. So this one right here will do good. $12,000 there. While that's going, oh, wait, never mind. Not while that's going, because I cannot hire a worker. We're going to have to do that ourselves. Let's get over to 77, get those items over there, and I'm going to have to work on that myself. Yeah, I kind of failed to realize how big this field is. I'm looking at this equipment here. I'm like, that ain't that big of equipment. And then I jump over to this field, and I'm like, gosh, that's big. That is a big field. Let's borrow these items. I almost accidentally hit accept. That would be very, very bad. Now, not only can we do these, we can also do some fertilizing jobs. I was looking at that last month. We have the fertilizer. We have the equipment. We could possibly do them. Well, no possible to it. We could do them. They just don't pay much, so I don't know if I'm going to waste all my time and fertilizer doing that stuff if it's not going to help very much or really at all. Just not sure how I feel about that. Still got 4 up downs here, and I don't know how we're sitting at 99%. It should be there pretty soon, hopefully. Oh, wait, there it goes right there. Oh, awesome. So yeah, what is that? 1, 2, 3, I think 4 up downs left, and it's saying contract finished. I will take it. I'm done with the work here. That's taking way too long, spending too much time doing it. I think I'm done with the contracts, to be honest with y'all. We are going to be selling off that yellow tractor to keep the farm afloat. So let's collect that right there. And that's going to give us, how much did that give us? $11,068, putting us at $515. Let's jump over to our yellow tractor. It is time to say bye-bye to this thing. And I think I'll give it a good send off and actually take it to the store get a little bit more profit out of it. Wish I could fix it up a little more, maybe do a little repair and repaint to it to get a little more value out of it, but not gonna happen with $515. Finally making it over here at the shop. Let's go ahead and see what this bad boy's worth. I got a feeling it's not gonna be much. There's quite a bit of hours on there. How many hours? 82.7 hours. Yes, a lot. Now really close to almost being able to repair it, but we can't quite do that. Let's go ahead and hit sell, see what they give us. $25,995. Yes, we will take that, and that will last us a good 2 months right there. We'll get all the way up to harvest time, and I think all that grass we're going to harvest off our grass field around that time, we're going to have to sell off. We are now in the month of July, and everything should be ready to harvest. Running over here real fast. Looks like our oats are ready to harvest, and we still have $6,733. That is awesome. Running over here real fast to the grass. It's saying that ready to harvest as well. Now, there's something I did notice. Hay does not pay very much at all. It is actually very, very bad. We can go in here to the time-saving stock check mod. See, we got 100,000 liters of hay sitting right here. That's what's in our silo. That's not all we have, but that's what's in the silo. And right now, that's only about $5 grand. That would be a lot of trailer fulls for only $5,000. Not worth it. So we may need to figure out a way to start making some silage. That way we can start making some money off this field right here. Now we're going to have a lot left over every single time. I don't even know if it's worth doing a grass harvest. Well, I guess we really don't need to do a grass harvest, but saying a lot left over, there really is going to be a lot left over, because looking into our horses here, they have not ate very much food at all. We could top it off with some hay right now and probably be fine till next year sometime. So are these fields really, really necessary? I'm starting to think no. Maybe we could sell one of the fields off and rotate it between oats and grass, but I really don't want to do that. Let's go ahead and get some field work done to our fields. Also, I'm going to check some of the contracts, see if there's anything out there worth doing to make a little bit of extra money while we're busy working on our fields. Some of y'all may be wondering why I didn't sell off this small John Deere and keep the big Challenger. I don't think the Challenger can do a front loader attachment to it. And plus, this is the only thing that can fit right now inside that horse barn. So this is kind of a must to keep, especially with the forks and the front loader and the fact that it's the only thing that can fit in there. It's kind of a must. Now we need to get some sort of manure pit so we can start actually getting some manure from those horses, because that straw's doing nothing right now, just sitting there doing nothing. Here we are doing the harvest now, and I'm trying to decide, should I do the swath dropping or not? And I'm going to just go with the no. I was thinking go ahead and do the swath dropping, pick up the straw, sell it off, but it's really not going to be worth it. It's just going to be more money spent trying to sell it off, I think, than money gained. At least that's my personal opinion with it. Now, looking into that mini map, I'm a little concerned there. Field 4 is not lit up with any sort of fertilizer or anything like that. So I don't know what is going on there. I got the soil samples for everything, and previously that was a cultivated field. This did get done, right? It's saying it got done, and it's saying, well, it's not saying anything about not having the soil samples. So not sure why it looks that way, but I'm gonna get this all harvested up, get it put away into our silo, feed the horses. I don't think we need to feed the horses any of this anytime soon, but we'll get the horses taken care of and see what kind of extras we have while I try to knock out some contracts. On the top right there, you can see there's a cultivating one. That's the only one really worth doing. It was only $6 grand, but I'm hoping we can make some good money off these contracts while I'm going away doing this field work. Just finally got our first full harvester here. That thing only holds 8,000 liters, and I believe this trailer here only holds 8,000 liters. Now, I did do 2 little up downs on the headlands on both sides, and then I don't know how many up downs we did in the actual field portion here, maybe 3 or 4. I don't know. Looking at this whole overall field in general, maybe we're going to have 4 or 5 of these trailer fulls. So 4 times 8, whatever that comes out to, what, 40,000 liters or 45,000 liters? I guess this field info down here does tell me exactly how much I should get, or an estimate, about 10,000 liters almost here on this field 3, but that's only on the fields 3, 4, and 5 on the actual field zones, not the middle parts built as we combine into these fields. So I don't know exactly how much we'll get all together. Even looking at that, I'm sure it's off some. I just know I'm just going to keep harvesting away and keep emptying this out in our silo and keep going and going and going. That's all I can do. Even with very little money in there, we still got to keep going, still got to keep these horses fed, because they're going to make us some big money. I hope. I have no idea how much these horses are worth. Full growing, full everything. I don't know. I feel like they're probably not going to be worth very much money. This was probably a very bad idea. Y'all let me know in the comments, please, if it was a bad idea or not. Finishing up this second load on this harvester here and looking at the field. Yeah, I think I might have been off on my little guess there of 4 or 5 of those trailers. Let's go with 3, maybe 4, because it's not looking good. I will put it all in the silo, though, to get an overall number to see exactly how much we got off this field. Now, the next time around should be better, because we should lime it and fertilize it Maybe we'll do that, maybe we won't. I'm not sure, because we're coming out with so much quantity here as far as oats and hay. It's like I got so much extra, but hay extra is great. We can sell it off, make some money. I just don't want to sell that hay off because you can see how low that value is. Can I turn hay into silage? I don't think I can. So this next harvest on this grass field's definitely not going to be hay. It's going to be grass and turned into silage somehow. Don't know if it's going to be a bunker silo production or wrapping bells. We'll see what happens. Harvester full number 3 here, and yes, somebody was not paying attention and drove right across the crops there. That somebody would be me. Looking over here, we definitely do not have another harvester full, I don't think. So like I said, 3 to 4. I never said 4 to 5. Well, you know what? I did say 4 to 5 first, so I guess I was right, technically. Did I say 4 to 5? I don't know. I can't remember half the stuff I say, even though I just said it. I'll be listening to it in the recording and be like, what the heck did I just say? Man, sometimes I just wonder about myself, because I'm going away here at this, obviously. And I'm looking at the top right. I'm like 99% yes, I'm about done with this contract. And I'm like, wait a second, this is my field. This is not a contract. And that's whenever I start thinking, what am I thinking? And there we go, all done with that harvest right there. Let's go ahead and lift that header, turn it off. I guess I can't fold that harvester quite yet because there's something inside there. Now I'm going to skip the middleman and go ahead and run this directly over to the silo. And what is this right here? What in the world? Is that really some oats? No, that ain't oats. That's something else. That's, I guess, the meadow grass. Okay, yeah, that's part of the meadow grass. I thought it was some sort of crop sticking up. Now it had me thrown off for a second there. Well, maybe a little longer than a second, but it definitely had me thrown off. Now, this is not the screen I thought I'd be on next. Not the correct scene. Let's put it that way. Action. No, I'm just kidding. It's all good. But no, I just remembered something. Somebody did put a name out there for a horse. And I mentioned in the first episode, let me know if you want to name any of these horses. We'll get them named. So one person out there did. Gold Gaming said, great first episode. Name a horse. Pookie. Is that Pookie or Pokey? No, I'm just kidding. It should be Pookie. Now, let's see here. Which one do I want to name that? I think we had one that had the same name twice. Where was that one at? Hold on. Winston? Right, Winston. There we go. So we got this black one here, and then we got this gray one here named Winston. Let's go ahead and rename this one. I was asking, hey, how do I rename these? Down here at the bottom, it says rename. How in the world did I miss that previously? Was that there? Oh, no. Maybe it's not there whenever I first buy them. I have no idea, or I'm just completely blind, but we can go with Pookie. There we go. Oh, Pookie Bear here. Hey, that one's done. I may have to ride Pookie. Nah, I'll leave that one alone. I guess I won't. Oh, hello. A lot of horses, a lot of horses. Now, once they go to give birth, I don't think we're going to have enough room for all of them. Let's see here. How is this pin set up? I don't know. Does it say the capacity on it? 8 of 16. So yes, they should each give birth to one horse, I think. Or fall or foal or whatever the heck it's called. The baby term for a horse. I don't really remember what that's called. But they should each have one, I think. And if they do, that will max us out at 16. And then as an adult gets older, we can go ahead and sell that off and keep that process going until we eventually upgrade to larger and bigger or more horse pens. Now this was the scene I thought we would be at next, the one showing the capacity of the oats. Might be a little hard to see down there, but the oats does say 29,437 liters. So yeah, that actually came in pretty good there. What did that say? 40,000 to 50,000 liters? Okay, yeah, so I was off quite a bit. Was I off on my count there of tractors? Is my math just off somewhere in there? I don't know. Gosh dang, I guess I cannot math too well. 8 times 4 is not 40. 8 times 5 is 40. Okay, I did say 40 to 45,000. I was thinking something else. I don't know. Obviously, my numbers are off. I'm not the smartest, but we do have 29,437 liters of oats there. Now, are we going to need that much? Heck no, we're not going to need that much. These horses are not going to eat anywhere near that much. Should I sell it? I don't think so. Max value 18,949 for all of it. Obviously, we wouldn't sell it all. And then I guess we got some straw in there for 28,000. Where the heck do we got the straw stored at? I got it sitting on the ground somewhere. I do know that. Okay. I don't know where it's counting the storage though. But anyways, getting off topic here. Sell notes, maybe half of them, maybe not at all. Next up, let's get this harvester all put up and away. Probably need to get a pressure washer. That cultivating job is all done in the top right. Let's see if there's any other jobs out there worth doing and getting going. No more cultivating coming in. There's some harvesting jobs, but we had a little bit of issues with harvesting jobs, and I definitely don't want to do a spinach one. And wait, are all these bad harvesting ones? This one's not too bad, but it's not worth the money. There is a fertilizing job I was thinking about doing. Up here for 37, fertilizes field. I just don't know how I feel about that. I was going to use our equipment. I'm kind of worried we'll end up spending more than $5,400 in fertilizer. Now, are we going to buy fertilizer? No, we have fertilizer. But the amount of fertilizer we use may end up being more than that amount of money. Maybe. Yeah, let's hold off on it for right now. I was really thinking about it. The tractor I would use for that job is actually the tractor I'm going to use for mowing. So, you know, I guess that was one bad idea, selling that Challenger off, because I believe I used that for the mowing previously around. And I don't know if the John Deere can do the mowing. Oh, come on. Hey, there it goes. Snapped right on. Look at that. Nailed it on the first shot. Now, I did say I'm going to hold off on this whole fertilizing job. I don't want to waste our fertilizer, so I'm not going to hold off on it. And I'm also not going to waste our fertilizer. Let's go ahead and accept this contract, but borrow the items. So borrowing the items gives us tractors, and I believe 2 pallets of solid fertilizer here. Maybe that's going to be enough. I have no idea. Let's just go ahead and hit borrow, see what happens. Any leftovers? We'll get to the farm and not waste any time getting it to the farm, because previously that stuff just kind of disappeared on us. Looks like contract just finished there in the top right, and let's go ahead and jump over to it. It's not this one. This is the one that was doing the cultivating, and this is why it took so long. It was this big old thing here, which was pretty nice actually. Okay, it stopped. I wasn't sure if it was stopped yet or it was still driving. We have 1,300 liters left over. Let's get that back to our farm and take advantage of stealing that, I guess. I don't know if we're going to do any more contracts with fertilizer though. There's really not much more out there that pay really good. Maybe a couple thousand, 1,000 to 2,000. This one paid 5,000, so I like that. I decided against stealing that fertilizer. It just seems a little wrong, but we are going to use it for another contract. Leasing that equipment actually cost quite a bit, like $1,500–$1,600. And this is a bell wrapping job here that I saw out there. Might as well grab that too. And there's that funky looking tractor I said I didn't want to use previously, but I got no choice with this one. Let's go ahead and jump over to the actual fertilizing equipment. Here it is now, and we are next to field 52. 52 is where the next contract's going to be for about $3,000 or so. Right here, farmland 52, $3,500, and the lease cost is $1,600. So to save on that, I decided let's just go ahead and knock this out. Now we should have enough fertilizer. The only reason I'm thinking we're going to have enough fertilizer is because this pays less than that big one we just did, and we didn't use half on that big one. So just a kind of an educated guess, hoping it works. Not sure if it's going to work because my guesses have been a little off this episode. All done with the mowing now, and gonna fold this up, get it back. We got a big issue here in the very bottom right. That fuel gauge is flashing at us. You're not gonna see it now because I jumped out, but we'll see it here in just a second. I want to check something on this. I don't know. It's not telling me now. I was wondering if it told me how much harvest I would get off of it. It might have told me how much harvest I would get off of it whenever there was actually grass in the field. Now there's grass on the field, not growing out of the field. But yeah, that little fuel gauge down there's flashing at us. We do not have fuel back at the farm. There's a little pump there at the farm that you can buy fuel, put fuel in. I don't know if that's a better price or a better thing to do, or just drive into town where the pump is. I think driving into town where the pump is usually cheaper. It's been a while. I don't know. I will definitely have to look into that before I go to actually buy the fuel, because I want the cheapest price possible. I did go ahead and take the time to figure this out. This right here is actually $150 more per 1,000 liters than anywhere else on the map. We can see right here at all these gas stations, it's $1,500 per 1,000 liters. This thing right here is $1,650 per 1,000 liters. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and do this instead of making the drives into town. I hope 1,000 liters is enough. I don't know. I probably could have got away with a cheaper option with going into town. Obviously it's a cheaper price and I wouldn't fill up as much. So definitely a mistake there probably, but I'm gonna hope it's not a mistake by saving the time from having to drive into town. Let's get this topped off before it decides to shut down on me in the middle of the field, and I don't know what field work I'm doing next. Well, I do know I'm not making hay, so let's skip that tedding. Oh wait, what's going on here? Oh, okay, just started filling up. I thought he was trying to get me to buy some more. But yeah, I do know I'm gonna skip that tedding, so let's start windrowing, get that into rows. After that, I don't know what I'm gonna do with the grass. Now there is a mod out there called Enhanced Vehicle Mod or something along those lines, and it will tell us how much liters the equipment holds in fuel, or diesel, whatever you want to call it. There's fuel right there in the top right. 660 liters goes inside this thing. I don't know exactly what I was down to before I started filling it up. Well, you know what? I guess I could look in here. What do we got? 394 left. So yeah, we just used about 606 liters of diesel. And what does this hold again? 660. So I guess we were down quite a bit there. But no, that mod is pretty cool for that little situation there. Also, it tells you how many liters you're burning per hour, along with the little blue option there being your DEF, I believe. I don't know. We don't really got anything going on with that. It just always stays full. But we are done with the contract here. We're also done with some other contracts. Let's go ahead and look at that fertilizer one, see how much fertilizer is left in there. 900 liters. I don't know if I'm going to keep this, sell it. Well, obviously I can't sell it. I'm not going to worry about keeping it either. I do feel kind of bad about doing that. Let's go ahead and complete all these contracts, see how much money we can get up to. 4 of them are here that say complete it. And we'll hit collect for 5,500 there. Collect this one for 5,500 as well. Wow, did not realize that. Might have been the exact same number. 3,800 there, 3,500 here. So that's looking pretty good. Let's see what it looks like in the top right there. $24,000. Sounds good, looks good, not good because that's only 2 months worth of bills. Gosh, I don't know how we're going to make it through this. I really don't. Over here on our oat field, we do have it all harvested up. Next step, I think put some lime down. Might have to cultivate. We don't have a direct drill, planter, seeder, thingy-majig. So I'm not 100% sure what all we're doing to this field yet, but I know we don't need to do it till next year. Our grass field over here has a lot of grass across the top of it. We got to get that windrow picked up, turned into silage so we can make some more money. Obviously, we could go the hay route, but we saw that does not pay very good. I'm not sure how we're going to make the silage yet. It mentioned bunker silo, factory, or bells. Making $10 million as horse farmers, and that's going to prove to be a huge issue because I did some research. So listen up, chat. We are cooked. To be honest with you, I never thought I'd hear myself say that, and I did ask my kid if I'm using that term correctly before I said it. So the reason we're just so cooked here is I did some research and figured out that these horses are not very profitable at all. We actually lose money on them every single time. So I am using a horse helper type mod that will allow us to get the care for the horses done. And that's coming out to $275 per horse per month. So quite a bit of money there, yes. Now, after 36 months, you can sell the horses off at their max value, best price, and that best price is $5,000. Okay, not bad, sure. $5,000, but if you do the math on that $275 per month, that's not good because it comes out to $9,900 after 3 years. So yeah, we're losing $4,900 every single horse. Now that's just losing money only in the actual work and care. That's not including any food or anything else like that. So are we really going to make $10 million from horses? I don't think so. There is a mod out there where I can adjust the sell price of these horses. I was thinking about bumping them up to $20,000. Let's just say we double our money off of them. And that's really not even doubling our money because there's all this other field work we got to do. So that's an idea there. Let me know what y'all think. I was also thinking about going up to the old way they did it on Farm Sim. I believe Farm Sim 19, the horses were $50,000, I believe. And maybe they were more or less. And I don't know, maybe I got the wrong Farm Sim in there, but I do remember selling horses off for $50,000 a piece. And I did a little research. The average horse price in America is between $500 and $3,000. So that $5,000 is pretty generous, which the average horse price also said between $1,000 and $10,000. So maybe that's where they got their $5,000 from. So that is a huge problem, but we don't necessarily need to make $10 million from horses. We just need to be a horse farmer and have $10 million in the top right with no loans active. So other things are definitely going to get us there, but we are for sure going to be focusing hardcore on the horse part of it. We only got 8 horses. I want to see us up in the hundreds of horses, maybe even more than that. And to do that, we're going to have a good income every single month to cover the cost of the horse helper. Now, $275 per horse per month. I don't know. That seems a little high. I believe the old horse helper mods were like $50 a horse. And there are multiple mods out there. Maybe one of them is $50. I could drop that price. But if you think about it, really $275 per horse per month is really not much in a real life perspective. Yes, this is a game. I should probably drop it, but no, let's just go ahead and keep it. I'll keep it at that $275 since that person's coming in, cleaning the horse, riding the horse, and whatever. We're going to include vet bills in there. Now, another way I could play it out with raising the prices on those horses, I could say the stud or the male horse I have come in to impregnate these female horses. I could say that horse won a Kentucky Derby or whatever, some big race. And that's what makes the value of these horses worth even more. So there's that option of how I could role play that, or I could just keep it where it's at with the base game stuff, have that challenge, make money elsewhere while focused on being a big time horse farmer. So let me know in the comments how y'all want to see this play out, and I can try to incorporate a few things. I'm honestly kind of leaning towards just leave it the way it is and just keep making money, keep running the farm. All the extra grass will turn into money because we're going to turn this grass right here into silage, which is going to be some pretty good money. And also all the extra oats can sell off. stuff like that. Now, speaking of this grass here, we got to turn it into silage. I haven't quite decided which route I want to go with it yet. We're going to do bunkers, production, or bells. I kind of want to do the bells just so we can have a beller and we can start making bales of hay, but I don't think we have the money for that because only $24,000 there in the top right. That is not looking good at all. Ooh, really, really not at all. And man, I am not liking the way this is going to work with the up downs and then the headlands mixing in there, because as soon as I drop this, it's going to grab some of that headland. Oh well, just go ahead and drop it. We'll have a straight strip right here, I guess. Yeah, it's all good. I just don't like the way it's going to look. I should have done the up downs first, I guess, or I could stop and go ahead and take care of the headlands because I'm gonna have to do it myself either way. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Let's figure out what the heck we're gonna do right now instead of waiting for me to get all these windrowed up. So I'm looking into the round bellers first because this is the route I really want to go, where I could bell it up and it wraps at the same time. Now, is that really necessary? No, but that would be the best route, especially for making silage. And looking in here, we're going to have to spend right around $100,000, I believe, just for one that has a wrapper built in. Now, there is some cheaper ones in there. I got some mods here. That's $20,000 a piece. I don't know the difference in these, except for the numbers are 2 digits different down here. We got a 261 and a 263, so I'm assuming size difference, most likely. Oh, wait, no, they both say the same size. Okay, whatever. After that, we can get some sort of wrapper and wrap the silage or leave the hay. Now, of course, this is going to get into such a larger operation at a later time that I'm going to want to end up going into a selectable bell capacity where I can do like huge bells. Well, they're not big bells. They just got a lot of capacity in them. A little unreal there. And then the fast beller, always love the fast beller. That thing's awesome. But man, look at the prices on that, $110,000. Should I just lease it? I'm kind of thinking about leasing one right now to get the job done, but I don't want to keep it around or pay that leasing fee over and over again. So let me check those little wrappers real quick. This is $20,000. Obviously, I don't think a wrapper is going to be $4,000, but it doesn't hurt to check. So looking in here, I guess we got one for $16,000. There's got to be something cheaper out there. I did get another mod option. Here it is right here. $13,000. Yeah, no, we ain't getting one for no $4,000. Oh, wait a second. You know, let's check these sales items real quick. Oh, look at that batwing mower right there. You know, I think I could buy that mower and sell our mower back and probably make a profit. That's kind of crazy now that I think about that more. Gosh, how much is our mower worth? I'm really interested in that idea. We're going to be flipping some equipment today. Let's see here. Our mower right here is worth, no idea. Oh, wait, here it is right here. $32,000. So yes, I can do that. Make a little profit. Would that be wrong? That wouldn't be wrong, would it? Yo, I think I'm about to do that. And that may give us enough money to buy a beller and a wrapper. Okay. Here's the thing. I just don't know exactly what the difference is here. Let's see here. Is this an actual mower or is this a mulcher? There was a difference in them with mowing and mulching, so I'm a little worried on that part. Hold on, let's wait 1 second. We'll do a little more research here. This is the Bednar Batwing mod, MM8000. What is mine? MM8000. Okay. I guess it is looking the same. The only difference of why I think it's looking different is because of how rusted out the other one is and how tore up it is. So yeah, let's go ahead and buy it. Hope I'm doing something good here. No telling. So a mulcher one will actually get rid of the grass where I can't pick it up off the ground, I believe. I think I'm saying that right. So sell item, $13,088. I don't know what the trash fan does. I'm gonna get it. I got it on the other one. So $14,088 total there. Plus we're gonna have a little delivery fee tacked onto that. But hey man, we're gonna make our money back. So we're down to $9,500. And please be right, please be good. It doesn't look as beat up and rusted out as it did in the image a little while ago, but gosh, I hope it's the right thing. It's the same thing, and I hope it works great. And it says category mowers down there, so it's not under the mulcher part. So okay, I think we got the right thing. Let's go find our actual mower. I think I got to put away over here, and I got a little bit of a lag issue. How in the world is my frames per second doing as I run super fast? Maybe the map just hasn't loaded in quite yet. It's gonna get there. It's all good. Or maybe I shouldn't run fast. But here's ours. All the information's looking about the same in the bottom right there. Of course, I didn't get a good look at it. Hey, our dirt's 100%. Of course it is. Look how green this thing is. Now, I do have the mobile mechanic mod, so I will get best price out of this as I hit in. Wait, why is that not working? Why is that not working? Okay, hold on. Maybe I gotta have it out. Sorry, just give me a second. A little super strength here. No. Y'all just close your eyes for a second as I do that. Maybe I got to have it outside of there. No, that doesn't work either. Okay, let's get to the shop real quick. We're going to get best price out of this thing. Now, just a quick little recap update on the whole process of making all this money from the horses. There was another idea I had floating around in my head, and that was to just leave the horses in the pens, fill up the pens completely. All the horses that give birth, once the pen is full, the extras will be sold off automatically. So basically we'd just be like a horse breeder and the babies are the ones leaving, not the full grown adults at best sell price. So there is that option, and plus our horse helper price will not actually fluctuate too much. Now let's see if this works here. There we go. $35,973 right there. Let's go ahead and repair. That's $3 for repair. And did that take us up more than $3? Yes, it did. It actually, no, wait. Yeah, it did. Okay, it took us up $5. Interesting. I wonder if the repaint will take us up more than the 21.12. I don't know. I'm not really doing the math there. I can't even remember what it was a second ago. Did I say 35,000? Maybe it did take us up quite a bit, because now we're at $38,301. Let's go ahead and sell that off right there. That's going to take our total in the top right to $45,746. That is absolutely amazing. And since we are over here, I will turn off that shop deliveries. And you may notice every now and then I do crank that speed up there in the top right. That way I can get some new contracts coming in. Now to get rid of the shop deliveries is actually Shift-Alt-Z. And whoa, I guess I'm trying to sleep. No, I don't want to sleep. Did that get rid of it? Maybe it did, maybe it didn't. I got a sleep anywhere mod in there? I did not know that. I sure hope it got rid of it. And unfortunately, we will still keep this pretty cheap. Now this is the beginning of our issues here. Now that I think about it a little more, how am I going to move all these off the field and store them somewhere? Stuff like that. Oh gosh, I didn't think that far ahead. We're gonna have to get some sort of trailer. We might have enough money left over to buy a trailer. That's gonna have some auto load in there. My rule with auto load is, I have no idea what this means here with the stickers. Okay, just stickers, whatever, who cares? But my rule with auto load is I must have the equipment to actually do it myself. So for example, if I want to auto load pallets, I must have some way of picking up those pallets and putting them on the trailer myself before I could use auto load. I do have ways of loading bales on a trailer if I had an actual trailer, but I can use auto load. That's the way I justify using auto load. Now we got the beller. Did that come out right here? No, it didn't. Gosh dang, I guess I got some sort of sleep mod. $512 delivery fee. Guess it's really not that bad. Could go in there and rekey buying something, but I'm not going to worry about it right now. So this thing right here, I don't want to deal with at all. I guess I could have got this $34,000 one right here where I could bring the grass over to it and just let it pump out bales, which really wouldn't have been that bad of an idea. Yeah. That would have like kind of cut down on the whole needing the trailer for a little while. No, we're not doing that. Let's go right here. How big does this thing do? 125 to 150 centimeter. I believe we're in that range. And what is this? Just grass only? I guess that's the only thing you can wrap. So let's give this a go. It's some modded pack out there. Was a little cheaper. I don't know what we do here. Okay. Don't need it to stand up. Don't really care. Rain wrap white. Okay, so I guess we could change the color of it. Black ain't bad. Now I'm gonna go white. We're gonna have little marshmallows out there. Now this is one thing I've been failing to do, which is change the license plate. Every single one of our vehicles is the same. So usually to do that, I would just go here, hit this arrow, and it changes the information there. Now, do we really need a license plate for a belt wrapper? No. So let's take that off. And that's also another thing I've been failing to do, is take off that information. Now, why is the bell wrap white cost me money now? Okay, maybe it cost me money the whole entire time. I didn't realize it. It's all good. Let's buy that $14,000. That is ours. And hey, looky there. We got 10,896 left over. Is that what we started with? Like right around that, something like that. Okay, not bad. Let's get back to the farm. Start belling up some of that grass, wrapping up some of that grass. Start making some silage, and I'm starting to think I'm really going to regret how small that beller is. Yeah, this is going to take a very, very long time. I barely made it from the start there. You can see back there. And we already got a bale coming out right here. Is there any way I can hire a worker to do this? I think I can, and I think there is a way, just not too sure on that. So I'm not gonna worry about it too much. I'm just gonna knock it out myself. There was a few contracts out there I was kind of interested in, so let me get those started up, and we're gonna keep running this here and there, and I'm gonna be pretty darn busy this episode. And I'm really regretting this decision right now. First headland is almost done, coming to an end here. And how many bells do we have on that first headland? 11. Little bell counter right there. That's awesome. And yeah, 11 bells right there. Gonna take a while. How many do you think we're gonna end with? Maybe 100, 200? Nah, I'm just kidding. Shouldn't be that much. But it's definitely gonna be up there some. Now, after I do these two headlands with the bell in, I'm gonna go through, do the wrapping, and then of course we gotta figure out something for getting them off the field. We do have that trailer for the crops. I think we might be able to convert that over into a bale trailer possibly. I don't know if the auto load on it works or anything like that. I'm not too sure. May have to buy a new trailer. May be able to convert the one we already have. I'm kind of leaning towards a whole new trailer option though. Second headland all done. We got 20 bales out there on the ground. Now I guess I could go ahead and top this one off and get it dumped out, but I'm not going to worry about that right now. Let's just go ahead and park it over here out of the way, detach it, go grab our bell wrapper, get those 20 bales wrapped up, and then get them off the field. I don't want them to be in the way, especially whenever I'm trying to run around with a windrower. Now that's not the biggest windrower out there, but it still causes a little bit of an issue if there's bells in the way. Contract there in the top right got finished up, so I'm gonna go ahead and turn this over to a worker. I can do that bell collecting wrapping thing with a worker. Hopefully it works right now as soon as I hit play. I think it does. It's saying there's 16 bells left, and I think it's gonna stay on this field. I don't know, and obviously it's having a problem there. I don't know why it's having a problem there. What in the world are you doing? I mean, is it trying to go somewhere else? I really don't know. Please don't grab that. Okay, we're good. We're good. Okay, let you work. Let me go take care of these contracts for a second. This is the contract we were doing here. It was a herbicide one. Wow, a whole lot of herbicide left over. There are a few more spray-in jobs out there. I'm going to go ahead and accept them and use this equipment. Now, they don't pay much, but it's better than nothing, and we're going to be on our field for quite a while. So these two spraying jobs here, we got 64 and 15. 15's all the way across the map. 64 is a lot closer to us, so let's go ahead and go with 64. We'll actually go ahead and accept both of these contracts. We got plenty of spray left. Plenty. So let's see here, where in the world did the other one go? Right there, accept, do a little drive over there, get it started up, and then I'll get back to wrapping up those bells myself. Try to save some money there. I had this nice long drive all the way from field 54 there down to 64. That is on the right side of that map there. And I was thinking more and more about it, how I can't drive and I keep ending up in the wrong lane. No, I just wasn't paying attention. I was looking at that map. But no, I was thinking a little more about it. I really don't want to do the wrapping myself. It just takes forever for that thing to wrap up and then drop and all that good stuff. So I'll do these contracts myself. 64 here on the right side of the map where I'm at, and then all the way across to the left side of the map is field 15. Shouldn't take me too long to do this. Maybe not. I don't know. We'll see what I end up hitting with these little sprayer arms. But let me get this knocked out. Go over 15, knock that out. Maybe go ahead and collect the money off those and then buy us a nice trailer. Well, I was really hoping I could get this done before that course play got done or really had any issues, because I don't think it's done. And the course play I'm talking about is the one wrapping up the bells. It's just saying something about no path found. Okay, yeah, no, it's definitely not done. It's just kind of stuck here. And I can see that. It's probably trying to back up through these bells, blah, 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 all that good stuff. I'll just back it up over here into the open and go ahead and hit start again. It's saying there's 10 bells left. Hopefully this figures it out. It's all good. If it doesn't, I'll jump back, take care of it. Like I got a babysit here. So I'm going along here doing this spot spraying with this weeder thingy, sprayer, whatever you want to call it. It got me thinking. I remember watching a video out there one time of one of these pieces of equipment that would take care of the weeds, and what it actually used lasers. I think I'm remembering this correctly. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know. Could have sworn it used lasers, but the reason I was thinking about that because this was doing like the spot spraying, and it's just like extremely accurate and everything. And I was just like, man, technology is absolutely crazy the way it works. And yes, there's stuff that works just like this, even better. And yeah, like I was saying, there was something out there that used lasers, I'm pretty sure. So that's pretty cool. Now, of course, that stuff costs so much money. I do feel bad about how much this technology and farming equipment does cost, especially for the farmer. Man, hopefully there's some really big rebates, tax cuts, and all kinds of stuff like that for farmers, but I know there's not exactly stuff like that. And hey, looky there, we're all done with this contract. Might as well go ahead and fold this up. We got quite a bit of herbicide left over there. We have 3 contracts completed here. Now, is there any more that are going to require spraying? I'm not seeing them. We got a $1,000 hoeing job out there. We got some harvest ones here and there, but I don't want to touch those. We had trouble with them previously. The last time I did a harvest, actually, you know what? I never had trouble with the harvest one, I don't think. Well, one of them, I was a little short on the crop. I had trouble with the planting, the sowing one. That's what it was. Now, there are some fertilizing jobs out there I guess we can do. Use our own actual equipment for them. And I think I'm going to hold off. And then deadwood and wood transport, those just require way too much of my time. But we are definitely done here. Let's collect that money, see what we go up to. Only $2,000 here, $2,200 that is, $4,200 here, $2,400 on this one right here. And that's going to take us up to $21,569. Okay, it's looking decent, somewhat good, I think. We need to get rid of our loan because that really is hurting us each month with how much money we're losing there. And we need to figure out some sort of passive income where we make money each month, kind of doing almost nothing. I don't know if y'all did notice previously, there was property income that pops up in the top right whenever I bring y'all back in after sleeping. Y'all didn't know this map does come with a generator built into it, and it's this right over here. This little solar panel gives you some money. I've left it here. I'm not worried about it. I think I kind of like it actually. And I think I might get a little more. Now, whenever I go into greenhouses and generators and stuff like that, I don't really like using the ones that are mods because I'm never really sure how cheaty they are. So we may end up having to look into something for passive income at a later time. Let's get back to our field, take care of our bells, beat up that time a little bit, see if we get some more contracts coming in. And looky there, field work is all done. That is awesome. It is time to buy a trailer. Hopefully $21,000 is enough, and I think it will be. We'll get us a nice little small one that has some sort of auto load to it. Now, I don't like using the universal auto load. I don't even know if I have universal auto load installed, and holy cow, you missed a bell. I just saw it as I dropped that and was driving away. I was like, no, I should fire that worker. You're fired. Now let's go touch up that bell real quick and then get us a trailer. You know, I just realized what I'm doing over here. So the windrower's parked there to the left, and I'm bringing this over here, and I'm like, wait, why am I bringing this over here? I'm putting it in the shade. And I do this gaming full time, but to get out of the house, I do some volunteer work, and I've been doing some free volunteer mowing around the town. And I was mowing recently at the museum, and I like to do the mowing in sections, mainly because of the weed eating part. So anytime I go to get off my mower, I always park it under the shade. So I just realized what I was doing there. I was parking the equipment in the shade. Okay, we got a couple options here. We got these flatbed trailers, probably going to be our best option, especially this $6,000 one right here that has auto load built into it. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for something that has auto load built into it. And man, I'm really liking that price, $6,000. That is looking really, really good. Now, their other option is an actual dedicated bell trailer. I don't think I want to do that. Under bell in here, we have transport. Let's go ahead and check that out. Oh, I guess we have that same trailer in here as well. That's cool. We got one for $8,000 here that does square bells. That's those little mini bells. Now, there is a mod that came out where you could hand pack the bells. I believe they come out to those mini bell sizes. That's pretty cool. I like that. But no, what we're looking for is something like this right here. This would do the job, I believe. I think that's the right size, but it's $50,000, just a ridiculous amount. But if you don't have auto load options, yeah, definitely go with something like this. But I do have auto load options like this right here. So let's go ahead and get this changed around to a flatbed to pick up bells. Now, bell trailer auto load. Okay, now that little blue outline, I believe, is universal auto load. Not going to worry about that. There's an auto load button there, A. And yeah, I believe that is the universal auto load part. Let's just not worry about that. And this trailer actually kind of looks like the one we might already have. I don't know, but we'll go ahead and buy this for $6,000. That is pretty nice. I just noticed there's a different design option here. What the heck does that change? Okay, it just changes some stuff on the sides of it and everything. Not too worried about that. Just really worried about how much can fit on there. I have no idea how many of them can fit on there. This does take round bells, right? Because it says square bells in the right there, so I'm a little worried. I believe I just hit B to turn it on, I think. There it goes. Okay. Woo, okay. Took me a second. Took a second there. Now, I do see some options there in the help menu for UAL. That's universal auto load. Now, that's 10%. That's 20%. So if my math is correct, I'm going to say we could fit 10 bells on here. 10 bells later, we are full. Let's get this dumped off somewhere so they can ferment, turn into silage, and then we'll get it sold off somewhere. I don't know where. Well, you know what? BGA. That's what it's got to be. It's got to be the BGA. Maybe I should just run these up to the BGA like this right now. But I really don't want to make that drive. That is a far drive. Oh man. Such a far drive. I think I'm gonna make it though. Make it now instead of later. Before I do waste my time driving all the way up there, that's actually in the top right of the map over there, between where it says 38 and 39 in the top right there. But before I do waste my time making that drive, let's see where I can sell this stuff off at. Going to prices here, look for silage. Not seeing it there. Oh, wait, that's fruit types. That'd be why we got to go to miscellaneous. Come all the way down here to where it says silage. We got animal dealer, BGA, and farmer's market. Okay, we got something a little closer here, but the farmer's market and the biogas plant are pretty far away. I don't know which one we're going to end up selling off to. So let's just hold off on that for right now. Let's just leave this on our property somewhere. You know, I think I'll put it right over here by the animal house, farm house thing. I don't know what I'm saying. But yeah, I'm just going to dump it right here, figure out how to dump this off. Let's see here. Unloading side left. No, let's hit 9. Make that map a little smaller. Unloading side left. Let's hit U. Change that to the right side. And I don't think I put it in transport mode. Might have to have it in transport mode. I doesn't unload it. Shift I maybe? Control I? Alt I? How in the world do I unload this? It might be Y now that I think about it more. No, abort unloading X. What are you talking about, abort unloading? Unload bells, Y. Yeah, there it is right there. Okay, let's turn on unloading assistant. It's saying off. Let's turn that on. It's not letting me turn it on. Not letting me unload this. What in the world's going on? We are stuck with this. Let me figure this out real quick. Okay, I think I figured it out. I believe I could turn that unloading assistant on now that it's technically off the trailer. And yes, looks like it is working. Let's go ahead and start loading this back up. We are loaded up now. And we'll hit Y, or well, we'll hit B to put it in transport mode. We'll hit Y to unload. Now I can use the mouse to pick and choose where it goes. And honestly, this should be turned on all the time. I absolutely love this option with this auto load. I don't know why it's not turned on all the time. And how do I unload it? The heck do I hit here? Oh, Shift I. Oh, what the heck did you do that for? Why'd you go in there? That didn't work. Actually stay in there. I am a little confused at what's going on here. This is all messed up. Maybe I don't like this. I think I might actually just be making it worse. I have no idea what's going on here. Like it's stuck somehow to it. Guess maybe something's conflicting here. Maybe the universal auto load and the other auto loads conflicting with each other somehow. I think I'm gonna have to back out, come back in, and try to figure this out. I finally got like one bell unloaded. That's what one of these sitting here is doing by itself, and it doesn't look too good right now. But yeah, you can see one of them staying behind. Somehow that one did get unloaded. Let me try to figure this out again. Well, that's not good. Bells are gone. They are straight up gone. That's not good at all. Gosh, dang it. I can spawn them back in. Like, they're not on the field, are they? Let's go make sure they're not actually sitting out here on the field, but I can get them spawned back in. 9 bells are missing. And looking over here at the field, yeah, they're missing there too. So I don't know exactly what happened there. We'll get them spawned back in, get them loaded up, see what the heck's going on here. I got to figure out what size those were. 3,000 liter bells, silage bells. Well, you know what? They're going to be wrapped grass bells. I think I got to clarify that. I got 2 ways of doing this. We now have the easy development mod in here. Pretty awesome. I like that a lot. Love it a lot, actually. Ooh, show bell locations. Turn that thing on. Maybe I can find them somewhere in the floating. I don't know. But let's see if I can figure this out real quick. Find out how to get these bells correct. Now that's environment. And then we can come over here to placeables. Tip to trigger. That should be kind of what I'm looking for. Objects. There we go. I think this is correct. Add pallet. Pallet of seeds. Don't want that or silage additive. I'm looking for a bell option. There we go. Bells. 11. What was it saying? There's 11 bells out there. We can remove them. Add bell. Square. Let's go round. 125 centimeter. Gosh, what size is that? I don't know what size centimeter it is. Not telling me there. It should tell me on the actual beller. The beller here is not telling me in the bottom right, but we can look inside here, go to our equipment, figure it out this way. And the beller here is telling me 125 centimeters. So let's do that. 125 centimeter grass wrapped, 9 of them. And it should spawn right in front of me. That's why I'm doing it this way. And I may even keep it a different color. We got this color wrapped option here, so I want to kind of see how that works. So 125 centimeters round, we'll do pink. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So we'll know where it messed up, and plus somebody can ask, hey, why you got pink ones there? Now auto load is B. Just turn that on, and it's gonna grab them. There we go, done. Now I'll turn the auto load off. We can even strap it down if we want to, but I guess straps don't work for that. Looks like I got some sort of achievement. It's just the beginning. I've never felt happier than there. Okay, don't know what that achievement is. Guess I really haven't spent much time on this game. Now we gotta unload. But unload I thought was just Y. Looks like the unloading assistant is on, so we'll hit Y, drag it over, hit Y again to unload, and we are done. That's it. Now we drive off. It should stay there, no issues. You can see the straps are activated there. I guess they didn't do anything. Okay, all done. Good. Let's go ahead and pick up the rest of them, get them over here. I'll just leave them sitting right there in the open for now. I don't know. Maybe it messed up being too close to that whole horse barn or something like that. Everything's fixed. Everything's good to go. I think I started mixing some controls in from Universal Auto Load. That's why it all started messing up. Could be a very good possibility that was the issue. Yeah, I really don't like it sitting there right in the open. So we are going to try to put it over here again up against the side. Now, is this really a good place for it? Probably not, because the rain could wash off. But I am seeing we got gutters there, so the rain would not actually wash off. So we'll hit Y, we bring it over, raise it, lower it, all that good stuff. Hit Y again, it drops it. Now we're good to go. I believe I got to hit Y one more time, and then I can activate the transport mode, not the transport mode, but the loading mode, and come over here, load those up. Heck yeah, it worked. Awesome. Starting to learn this, figure it out, get it down. It's just been so long since I've done it. That could be why I'm having issues with it. Now all we have left to do is windrow these up downs, bell it up, wrap it up, and move it on over. That is going to take a while. Hopefully there's some contracts out there that can make us some good money, because $15,000, that won't last very long. Let's go ahead and look at that as we do our up downs here, because I trust I won't run into anything. Just kidding. I'm about to run. Yep, there it goes, running off the road. I was about to say I was about to run into something, but there really wasn't much there to run into. And still nothing good. I always hope whenever I back out and come back in that there's going to be something new there, but there's just not. Now, There may be other contract mods out there where I can refresh these and stuff like that, but I don't have that mod installed, and I don't even know if it's there. I'm just saying there may be some out there. I just used the one from Game Enjoy. Great guy there. He does a lot of different streaming and stuff. You might check him out. I think his name on YouTube is the same as you'll see it on the mod stuff. Game Enjoy, like GMN Joy or something like that. I can't remember exactly. Sorry if I'm getting that wrong, but try to support these people that I actually watch and know, stuff like that. One thing I can do is speed up that time, 360 times speed. Ooh, that is nice. Wish that was a real life option. No, not really. I don't want to speed up time. Maybe if I'm at work or something like that, but other than that, let's get like a time machine, go backwards some, redo some of those life mistakes that we've all made. Even though I jumped forward some, still not seeing anything very good out there. I guess we got a mowing job we could do for 26. Yeah, nothing else is really coming in. Still these harvesting jobs out there, but who in the world wants to do that? I guess it could be done by now if I would have jumped on it. Fertilizing, nope, it's not looking like a good month for contracts, so it's very unfortunate. Finishing up the last bell right here. There it goes, finally kicking out. We're gonna have just a little bit left here. I do believe I have that mod where I kick the bell out early. Don't know if I'm going to though, so we may just leave it in there. Well, maybe not. I don't know. Yes, let's leave it in there because it's gonna be a while before I'm gonna need this for hay. So 333 liters there, a lot of bells on the ground there. Let's find out exactly how many is out there on the ground. We ended with 20 previously, so 47 is on the bell counter. 47 minus 20 is 27. Now, how much did we get all together? Each one of these bells has 3,000 liters in it, which is quite a bit. So let me do a little math here. I'm not going to try to guesstimate on this one or do this one in my head. 3,000 liters times 47 equals 141,000. Now, the real question is did that make more than last time around? Previously, we did a harvest, and I don't know exactly how much we made off of it, but I do know we did not have very good build numbers, I guess you could say. What I'm talking about there is we had like no fertilizer on there, and I believe we ended up with right around 130,000 liters because we have a silo full of 100,000 liters right now. We have about 20,000 liters sitting on the ground, and I believe I put right around 10,000 liters or so inside the horse pen. And that's whenever we did our last harvest on this field, turned it all into hay and stuff like that. So it's looking like adding fertilizer really did not make that big of a difference. But there is a little bit of a difference that happened there. Previously, on the first harvest, we had our lime maxed out almost all the way with no fertilizer. On this harvest, we had our fertilizer maxed out with kind of low on lime. So I don't know. Maybe if we max them both out, we could be up there in the 150,000 range, and we'll see what happens. I don't know if we're going to max them both out this time around. $15,000 right there. Good chance we will. We have plenty of fertilizer left over. We don't have the lime. We'll have to buy the lime, but I'm going to go through picking up all these bells in between episodes because this is going to take a while. To be honest with you, I think I might hire a worker to do it while I go do something else here in real life at the house. But yeah, we'll see what we do next episode with this field as far as lime and fertilizing. May even do something else with that oat field over there, turn it into a grass field for a little while, because that grass is going to start making us a lot of money. We are now taking grass to cash with this silage, and those horses are proven to be not so profitable. We did cover that last episode. I did get some bells up here. All the bells are wrapped up, did that off camera. But also a comment came across about wanting to name one of the horses. And, you know, I guess I don't really need to go in there to name one of the horses, so give me a second. We can actually come through this list right here and hit rename. So previously we had Gold Game and name one Pookie. Right here we got Pookie here because that one had two of the same names. I can't remember exactly what it was, but it was there. Now, next up, Carter wants to name one Bear. So which one of these looks like a bear to me? You know, I kind of like the black one here, like a big old black bear. So we're going to go with Winston, changing that name around, even though I like Winston, I really do. So we'll change this to Bear. And what I'm really confused about is the fact that these are all females, I believe. They're all giving birth, so they got these men's name in there and everything. Oh well, it's cool. Bear is the name of that horse. If y'all want to name a horse, drop a name in the comment. If you want a very specific one, let me know. As long as the name hasn't been changed already for somebody else, then I will get that changed around. Now, I am just running the John Deere back and forth here, taking care of picking up the bells. I guess I could end up using the Massey, but it was out there belling up the bells with a worker, of course. We don't have much work left for this month. I believe all we got to do is get these bells off the ground here, lay down some lime, lay down some fertilizer, and then see about sleepy sleep time until it's time to sell these off. Now, of course, we will go into the negative if I don't get any contracts done because we're spending right around $10,000 a month. That is absolutely horrible. We need to really get in some sort of generator some sort of passive income to counterbalance that, so we're not losing as much money, or so we're not losing any money at all. Maybe we can start making some money. I just realized I really love doing OSHA violations, and I covered up that door right there. I mean, that's a door I said I'm never going to use. That's why I never put a driveway there anyways. I guess I just got to put a sign on that says not an exit, right? Oh well, we'll see if OSHA has anything to do with us. You know, serious question there. Does OSHA have anything to do with farms? Because there's got to be a lot of violations happening every single day there. But honestly, how can I set up an organization where I could tell people they're doing something wrong and then just get paid for it? That seems like the biggest scam ever and the easiest way to make money. I'm just thinking about the long journey we're going to have to take over there with the silage bells to wherever the heck they need to go. And I'm back in this trailer and putting it up. I'm like, wait a second, that trailer is the same kinda. Maybe we can end up using that same trailer right there. They usually have like a hitch on the back. I really hope there's a hitch and we can daisy chain these together. Awesome. Yes, that is looking really good. Let me get this stuff put away. We might need to feed the horses. You know, we'll check that real quick right now. Looking in here, the hay is kind of down. Let's go ahead and pop some more hay in there real quick before I get everything put away. Now, this tractor here, this one's definitely done with. Let's go ahead and back it in here and get it put away. Now, what did I use for the hay? Oh, it's that forage wagon right there. That's what it is. That's what I need. Let's grab that thing, go grab some of the hay that's actually on the ground for right now. I don't know why I thought that's all I had left to do, because I actually have more to do. And nope, that's not fitting in there. Let's try to fit it in this little hole back here behind the forage harvester. We still have to lime and fertilize the field. I totally forgot all about that. Got the bells off. I was like, yes, I'm done. Nope, not quite done yet. Pulling this out now. We do have solid fertilizer in it, and yes, that would be fine to go ahead and hit with. And you know what? We'll do that. Usually I do the lime first, then the solid fertilizer. That way I know where I missed, but I don't really care about missing. But there is one thing I want to try to figure out, that shop deliveries mod. I've now had 2 people tell me the controls for that, and I thought I was hitting the controls last time around. I don't know. I'll see in the editing, or I forgot in the editing already. But let's go ahead and hire a worker for this real quick while I do some other stuff around the farm, like, you know, feed the horses. I can use our other tractor for that. So I think I got the shop delivery sitting right over here somewhere. If not, I'm gonna go ahead and put it down. So that's Shift Alt S. Somebody did tell me Shift Alt X will get rid of it. And looking on the mini map, looks like it is gone. Awesome. Now, I did have a sleep mod previously that was making me go to sleep, or trying to go to sleep instead of working there. I don't know. Did I try Shift Alt X last time, or did I try Shift Alt Z? I'm really not sure. But I do know 2 people has helped me out there. I believe Gold Gaming was one of them. And then I can see the comment here for Farm Sim Universe. Thank you, you two, for those tips there. I will try to use that a little better as far as buying big items, because I don't want to pay that delivery fee all the time. Now, here's been my plan the whole time. I just grab this forage wagon, drive right over, it's good to go. Of course, it's rained multiple times, so I don't think this would really be hay. It depends on how long it's been dry in the actual game world, but I mean, it's a game. That doesn't really matter at all. Now, I do have some sort of mod in there that does have a wider pickup width, so I guess I don't really have to drive over the top of it, and you kind of see where it's picking up there. I believe we have 1.5 forage wagons full right here on the ground. Now, we're not going to drive through here. We're just going to drive off to the side. I keep waiting to get enough money to build some sort of manure pit or something right there in that area. Come on, there we go. We got hay. Awesome. Let's go ahead and unload that hay right there. That's probably going to top it off with some leftover. We'll dump the leftovers back over there. This silo next to us is completely full with 100,000 liters. So we got a while before we're going to end up needing to actually make more hay. So in between those times, we will be focused on silage and making money that way. Now, $15,000 there, and I did mention we need some sort of passive income. I don't know if that's going to be enough. I was thinking maybe spend it all right now, and hopefully it could kind of go in the upward direction over the next 2 months that we sleep waiting for these bells to ferment. I think it only takes 2 months for those bells to ferment. I could be wrong. And then that's just going to put us in the negative even bigger. I was also thinking about waiting until we sell off the bells and see what kind of money we got left over, then buy a bunch of generators, greenhouses, or whatnots. Now, one thing I definitely want to do is increase our honey production. We already have a honey pallet spawn point, and we already have beehives. So let's get some more beehives in there and have more honey start coming out. That stuff is actually pretty lucrative. It's a good value. Even though there's only a small little pallet over there, I'm sure that's worth quite a bit if I would actually look at it. I have not looked at it. I actually started looking at honey on another series, and I was like, man, that stuff's worth a lot, even though I ain't got much. So we'll look at it real quick since I got that backed in there now. And time saving stock check mod. Where's the honey? There's the honey. 351 liters, almost $1,000. So yeah, barely even a pallet over there. Max price is over $1,000. It's looking real good. It's actually one of our top selling max price things out there besides diesel. We're not selling that. And then there's silage additive. I guess that's up there a little bit too. We're not selling that either. Well, there's no sell points. And actually, oh wait, I was about to say there's no sell point for honey either, but no, that's lime. Okay. I was scared for a second there. So yeah, honey definitely looks like something that's going to be pretty profitable, and beehives should be cheap, right? I don't know. Let's see what kind of beehives we got. Spend that $15,000 on beehives. How's that sound? Sounds good to me. I was just looking up here on our land and I was like, gosh, we got a tree stump over here. That's pretty cool. And then we got a tree falling over here. That's real cool. Love the decorations to that. Now, I guess we got some sort of shed over here we need to build. I really don't want to build that shed. Oh, I can sell it for $2,000? What? Selling? Yeah, we are not building that. Let's put some more beehives in over in this area right here. That's going to work pretty good for being. Now, it looks like only 2 pallets could probably come in right here, so I'm going to need to make sure I keep that clear or get a bigger spawn point area. I don't know how much that spawn point area does cost, so looking into bees here. Where is that spawn point area? Come on, it doesn't cost too much, so I think we could run with this. Cannot be bought. That's because there's already one down. I don't necessarily think I should. Wait, should I just delete that? I guess I could sell that for $200. Okay, we'll get a bigger one. Why not? Well, I think we might need it. Maybe we'll just put it right here and then surround beehives around it. That sounds like a pretty good idea, kind of like the other one was. $236 for that. That's not bad. That leaves us with $17,000 to spend on some beehives of some sort. Now, I have never used this thing, but $40,000. Holy cow, that is ridiculous. It says it's a 7-piece. I don't know how many beehives it is. And then this says a 10-piece. I don't know how many beehives that is. Maybe that's 7 and 10. But then you get into this one right here for $12,000, and it says 33 Langstroth hives. So does that mean this 7-piece and this 10-piece, does that mean those are 10 hives and 7 hives? I'm not sure. Maybe y'all know. We'll go ahead and buy one of these, I guess. I did purchase 2 of these previously on another series and figured out that makes about 70 liters of honey every hour, a little over 1,000 liters per day. So really not that fast now that I think about it more. I do kind of like this though. Nice little car beehive. That is pretty sweet. Let's put that out here for 1. We'll go ahead and turn on place anywhere. Just kind of put it right there. That is awesome. I like that little look to it. This one has 33 as well. Wow. Hold on. Does this have 33? Yeah, it does. Okay, hold on. This one's only $3,000. Yeah, we're going to go a little cheaper this time around. We got to be making some, huh? Hey, so we'll put one here. Guess we can put another one here. Like I said, we're just going to end up surrounding it. Only $3,000. This is coming in pretty nicely. Now, of course, we can go behind too. Nothing saying it's actually got to look good, right? Oh, wait, this is the same one that got over here. Kind of. This one I'm using is not a mod. I thought it was a mod. I guess it's not. Okay. I think it's all looking good. Hopefully that gives us quite a bit of honey. We'll see. I don't know if I'll get the actual math off of it, how much honey we're making each hour. Well, I could possibly do that. Hold on one second. Looking into honey right now, 344 liters. Let's go ahead and skip an hour and see where we're at. 1515 is what I'm going to stop at. Okay, we're at 1515 now. That's pretty easy to do. 344, that took us up to not much. Not much at all. I don't know, not doing any fancy math here, but I think that's like 25 liters every hour. I think 344 to 369. I don't know. I'm not going to worry about it that much. Eventually, we're just going to look over there and be like, oh, hey, there's a pallet, and realize that's a lot of money. Oh, man, I may have messed up. I was wanting to actually flip this around to a flatbed before I did all that, like spending all our money. Let's see if we could do that real quick and it not cost us anything. There we go. Bell trailer. Perfect. I don't think it has the same auto load option. It does say auto load right here, but I think that's just for bells. Wait a second. We got bells. That's what we're moving. So yeah, let's customize that. It's going to cost $0, thankfully. Oh man, I was really worried it's going to cost me like 1,000 or so. But we'll daisy chain those two together and see how well that works out. They are actually 2 different ones. This one has the auto load built into it, and then I believe this one over here might require the universal auto load. No big deal. I've been playing around with the universal auto load a little bit, and I think I'm starting to like it a little more. I really wish they had a better warning system. Maybe there's a mod out there, but I wish I had a better warning system for whenever these workers are done. I've been using the actual AI workers, base game workers, a lot more than I've been using Courseplay because I don't know, they just work really good now in FS25. But since I use them, they don't exactly give the best of warnings of when they're done. So I feel like they were sitting there for quite a while just waiting for me. Now we got a bunch of fertilizer right there. I'm assuming that's 3,000 something liters right there. I guess it is. I didn't read it off. Now we got to get a bunch of lime in. I don't know how much lime we're going to end up using. So let's just go ahead and spawn in like 4,000 liters. Oh my gosh, we ain't got no money for lime. Gosh dang it, I did not plan that out right. Oh man, I'm an idiot. 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 Ah, man, what can we sell? What can we sell? What can we sell? Well, I guess it's time to sell some honey. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and try to give this a sell real quick. We have that little sell station on our actual farm right at our driveway. I'm gonna take it over there, see if that works, see how much money it gives us. I don't think we're gonna get much from this. I'm hoping to get at least $1,000, and I don't know how much the lime costs. I believe the lime is fairly cheap, but I think we need a lot of it. We go through it pretty fast. We may end up skipping a good line portion of the field this year. Okay, trying to pull in right here, see if this works. Come on, I don't see the money moving. Maybe I gotta drop it all the way down. No telling. And hey, it took it $394 plus a 43 environmental score reward. So that did take us up over $1,000. That's awesome. Now there is another partial pallet sitting over there in that new spawn point. Let's go ahead and grab that too and get it sold off, see where we're sitting at, and then buy a couple of big bags of lime. I changed my mind. That just looks like nothing. So let's hold off on that for right now. Let's see how much lime we could purchase with the amount of money we have. Like I said, I don't know how much it costs. I believe I got the shop deliveries mod already set down there. I should verify that. I think I see it on the mini map. Yeah, we all good. Come down here, consumables. Let's find that lime. There's $450 for 2,000 liters. Okay, that's pretty good. I like that. Same price for those bags right there. Maybe I have a modded one in here at a better price. I don't know. I'm not really seeing it. It's all good. We'll just go ahead and go with these. I don't know if that mod came out yet where you can check out into a big bag form, because they actually check out into this form right here whenever I take it out of the implement. So we'll buy that for $900. Of course, there's going to be a little delivery fee tacked onto that. Not too bad. Still leaving us in the positive with 132. Hopefully 4,000 liters is enough. I mean, we got 81 liters in here. So hopefully 4,081 liters is enough. Now, I don't need to hire a worker here. I guess I have enough money. I probably could. I'll go ahead and knock this one out myself. You know, I guess I never really paid too close of attention with this precision farming, or ever left that little thing in the top left on. I noticed driving over some stuff, we could see the flag where it needs to be at and the current where it's at. And I was driving over this field and I was like, okay, not bad. Some of it was over the flag, some of it was under the flag. So some application's going to be done, some's not. So maybe this is going to be enough. I mean, we already dropped quite a bit right there. It's not moving right now, 3,665 liters. So I guess, like, if any's coming out, barely any. Well, looking at that flag thing, we've kind of been over the flag, so I guess I can understand why nothing's coming out, but I don't know why it's still showing up white. Looking pretty promising here. Yes, it is. Maybe we could have got away without buying one of the bags or pallets, and yes, we could have. So we got a little over 2,000 liters left right there. Now, I don't know how perfect it is out there because I was driving a little fast. I don't know if that's going to mess anything up or not. Is there a way to actually tell? I don't think there is. Maybe if I just drive over the field, it would show that flag thing. Well, first, I guess I got to have this thing down, and then maybe it'll tell me, come on, show me the numbers. Show me the numbers. It's not showing me anything. It's all good, I guess. No value detected. And I think a better accuracy or a more real accuracy or something like that might play in once I get that Isarea Pro thing or whatever the heck it's called. I don't know. I just know I can't ever really say the name. Now, as far as putting this away, I don't really care. Let's just leave it out here. I guess I will turn it off, try to save some fuel there. That stuff's getting a little expensive. Now let's just head in here, go to sleep. We're done with the month. At least I think we are. Okay, down there to negative $10,000. Ooh, that is not good. I can tell you right now, we definitely did not make no $10,000 on a honey sitting over here right now. Well, I can't really tell you the exact value until I come into here and it says we got about $1,000 worth. So yeah, really short on that. Don't know if that's really worth it. Of course, I think it's going to come in handy whenever we just go sell a bunch off. Now let's check our little marshmallows over here, see where they're at on their fermenting state. Looks like we're at 28%, so it is not 2 months. I guess it's 2 months in a bunker silo. We're gonna have to sit here longer than I thought. That is not good. I guess we can get another grass harvest in. Also, contracts. How the contracts looking? They're probably not looking pretty. Nah, looks like we got some sort of harvesting job for 8,000. Wood transport. You know, I'll start doing some of those wood transport. I realize I have the auto load and it works really good with that. One more check out here. Just gonna check on the grass field. Looking like we are doing good. Now our pH value is reading good in that little section I was at right there for some reason. Huh, that is weird. Should be reading a perfect, but all good, all good. I'm hoping we get at least 150,000 liters off this field next time around. Maybe I was off a little bit there. Maybe it's only 3 months instead of 4 months because we're up to 62% right now. Oh, that's interesting. It was pretty late whenever I got these bales all wrapped up and off the field, so that does make sense. So maybe next month at the end of the month we could sell them off, possibly. And I don't even know when the best sell month is for these. I don't know if we should wait till then or just go with next month. I mean, we're already in the negative. Why not just keep getting further and further in the negative? Well, we finally got a pallet of honey here. That is looking real good. I like that a lot. Now, contracts out there, they are there. Let's just put it that way. I ain't worried about that. I was more worried about the horses over here, just wondering when the heck they're going to give some birth, but it doesn't look like it's happening anytime soon at all. It's taking a while. Now, in the month of October, looks like our bales are sitting at 95% fermented. Well, I'm sure they're going to fluctuate here and there with it, but it's all good. 91 there. Yeah, like I said, it's gonna fluctuate a little bit. Grass field is ready to harvest, so we will go ahead and get that harvest done and some more contracts. Of course, I probably got to get out of this rain and get some contracts started up. You see, that's what I'm talking about right there. Look at that job right there, $10,000. And how am I going to start some contracts up now that I think about it more? I can't. I ain't got no money to hire workers for that. That's not good. I'm gonna do these transport jobs right here, see if I can get out of the negative real quick. I don't know where we at in the negative. Negative $30,000. I sure hope we can get out of that. It's not looking good. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm just gonna go ahead and borrow the equipment for farmland 20, finish out this job, use that same equipment for 86, 92, and maybe all of them, and just keep doing some of these jobs until I get out of the negative and I'm able to hire a worker of some sort. Now we have this plowing contract out here for 12 grand. That's nice. That's real nice. We have the equipment, we have a nice plow, we got a nice tractor. I may knock that one out myself once I get done with this 11, 7, and 7 right there. So this is, oh, hold on. Gosh, dang it. That's not good. That's not good at all. Okay, mistakes were made. What I meant to do was click on this and then hit up borrow items. Gosh, dang it. I guess we ended up borrowing the items for that, unfortunately. That's all good. It could just live there. I may have said it before, but my one rule with auto load is I must have the equipment to load it myself. So to save time, I just hit the auto load button. And that's exactly what we're going to do here. Real easy. It would take me a while to load this up myself. I mean, I can get it done. There's no doubt about that. I've done it plenty of times, but it would take a while and I don't want to deal with that while thing. Now we'll load up both these, trailer and vehicle, and hopefully there's enough room on all these. Now previously I was doing this on another map, and if I went over those little arms right there, oh man, it would not fit in the sell point area. So I was trying to be very careful there. Now how in the world do I turn this around? Not really seeing a good turnaround spot here. I'm stuck. I don't think I'm backing out of this, you know, just jackknife it like crazy. Hope I can make a corner here in a second. Who cares, right? We got to actually deliver this like all the way across the map, I believe, so that's very unfortunate. A lot of driving I'm gonna do here, but I'm gonna knock this out and those two other wood transport jobs and go ahead and finish up that plow one as well with our equipment, and then see if that gets us out of that negative $30,000. Apparently this is a bike path. I guess I'm just gonna drive across this bike path like nothing, and I'm gonna try to fit this whole other order of logs onto this trailer. Now that was the auto load work right there. I may end up having to get to the crane and stack a little taller than the auto load will allow me, so it's gonna take me a minute, and hopefully this works out delivering two at once. I'm kind of concerned it might not. Well, that wasn't so bad. Looks like I only got one left. Let's see if we get that one on the front of the truck right there. Now I'm gonna try the auto load, of course. If that doesn't work, then I'm gonna have to use the crane. Come on, won't let me back up, really. Of course it won't let me back up, it's all jackknifed. I'll just do a little loopy loop. Now the hard part, actually getting over there, because I just got stopped by hitting a tree branch there. Now I had to back up, drive down the road here. I didn't think being too tall would be the issue. Well, being too tall does play into the issue. The issue I thought I'd have is flipping over. Let's see if I can make it all the way over there to the town without flipping over. If I would have known how easy these were with using the auto load, I would have probably started on them so much longer ago, especially since like every month there's one for like over $10,000. But we got two of them on here. Hopefully this works. We got two wood contracts in the top right there. Let's see here. There it goes. Oh, one of them didn't finish. Oh my God. Oh, there it is. Okay. Ooh, I was freaking out for a second there. Maybe it's just that one log. It better be that one log. We are at 94%. Gosh dang, that had me really worried. There it goes. Okay. I don't understand how we get extra sold wood off that. It doesn't matter if we delivered one or two logs at a time. For example, we just delivered one log there and got $1 sold wood. I don't understand how we're getting that every time. Now we got one more field out there to plow. Now let's see if we can actually pay somebody to plow that. See if we actually made enough money off these jobs. I highly doubt it. There's 10,000 here, 7 here, 7 here. Yeah, that's not looking correct as far as $30,000, but I'm not the best at math. I could be wrong, right? No, I'm not wrong. Negative $4,633. We're gonna go ahead and tab on over to our equipment here, and hold on, wait a second. We got 2 pallets of honey here, and I think I'm just gonna try to sell that off and maybe be good to go. Now, of course, I'll still do that plowing job, but I want to hire a worker to do it. I want to hurry up and get some work done here. I did speed it up to 10 times speed, trying to get the time moving here, get that rain going. Just kind of naturally, not forcing it up to 300 and something times speed. I'll load up both these right here. Hopefully it will ride, and we'll take it over to our little sell area. I don't know the price difference with our sell area versus where the best value is. I should probably really look at that. So each one of these pallets, ooh, something went in there already. Each one of these pallets is 1,000 liters. So 1,000 liters just went out right there. $1,163 plus $127 environmental score reward. So we're not gonna make enough. That is very unfortunate. There's another 1,163 plus 127. Yeah, no, we're at negative $2,000 right now. What else can we sell off there? There's a partial pallet over there. Definitely not gonna make enough for that though. Man, I was really hoping to be able to hire a worker by now. Guess that's not happening. Finishing up this contract job, and yes, I did end up flipping this plow around backwards and got some sort of achievement there. I don't know what the heck I got. It was going way too slow around the other direction, so I flipped it around. Maybe a little cheaty, actually a lot of cheaty, but who cares? let's get it going a little bit further here. How much money are we going to be up to now? Of course, I did mess up and accidentally lease the equipment. I see a negative 959 right there, so we'll go ahead and collect that. But I think we actually get paid more than what that said, 11,826. No, we got exactly 11,826. That is weird because there's another map out there I'm doing these contracts on and stuff, and it's giving me more than the contract says it is right there. So that is very weird to me. But oh well, let's keep going with it. $9,000. That's looking real good. Still raining though. It's showing sun. Let's just get back to the farm because I think we're about to make some more money. Well, I was really hoping to make some more money through silage bales, but it looks like that's at 99%. If that's at 99, this other one's at 96. Yeah, it's gonna be a minute before we do make that money, unfortunately. Or I could just speed up time. Nah, I don't really want to do that, do I? Because then that means this little harvest I got going here is going to be a late sell as well with the bells. Maybe $9,000 is good enough. I am a little disappointed because I was hoping to get some sort of big generator type thing in, like a greenhouse or maybe even solar panels or something along those lines, but money has been a huge issue. Maybe it's a lot easier playing with a no loan rule because you wouldn't have to fight with that whole losing money each month. I'm starting to think playing with a loan is making it a little bit harder because I got two series going on right now. One has a loan, one doesn't, and it seems like the one without the loan is a heck of a lot easier. But either way, we did end up getting some bees in. I am pretty excited about that, and I like that a lot. Let's continue away here. Got a worker here mowing. I'm gonna let that worker go away doing that. We got to get some more silage bales off of this field, and I think I might change up the way I do our actual silage bales. There's a good chance of that, but we'll look at that a little bit later. First, let's go ahead and jump over to, I don't know, nothing, I guess. Let's go ahead and jump into contracts because we need to get some contracts going. We got $9,755 there, and now we have the ability to hire workers, so let's go ahead and jump into some of these ones where we can get some workers out there and start making some extra income. Okay, I was kind of freaking out a little bit here. So I got the stuff delivered over for this belling contract, and I'm looking in the background. It changed from grass to cut grass, but I'm looking in the background and I see no bells. Yeah, they really wanted to scare me with that one because they put all the bells over here on this side. I was like, wait a second, there's no bells. Okay, we got a lot of plowing jobs coming in that are actually paying pretty decent. Now, I hate using the plows that they got out there. Of course, I'm not going to be the one using them. It's going to be the worker. I also don't like the workers using them either because they take forever. They got to flip and all that stuff, and they're just not as wide. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to borrow the equipment here. Really, all I'm borrowing is a tractor, and I guess the front weight. I guess we can use the front weight. Who cares? I'm not going to use that plow. I'm going to use our plow. And I'm going to send that tractor and our plow through all these contracts while we try to take care of our field. I was trying to pull a fast one on the AI here and have it hooked up around the other direction where it could go faster, but apparently the AI worker will not work that way. Now, of course, I could probably do something with course play, but I've mentioned this before. I'm just using the base game AI workers. I don't know, they just work so much better in 25 than I remember them working in 22. I guess this is fine. Running at 12, 13 miles an hour really won't be that big of a deal. But the issue is we're going downhill right now. Going up that hill is going to go a lot slower. But I'm not going to have to worry about it. Let's just let this worker go away doing it. And if we get done with our field work before all these plow jobs get done, I guess we could lease another plow maybe? Or we could return the borrowed equipment and just go ahead and knock them out ourselves before we skip to next month. That is some pretty good money, and I got big plans for some money if we can get some money. Okay, this is absolutely ridiculous how many actual contracts are out there. I'm loving it a lot. I mean, I guess October's a good month for contracts. I don't know. This one right here is $20,000, and there's another one for like $13,000 or $14,000 as well. Oh man, this is amazing. But as you can tell on the top right there, we got a belling contract, cultivating, hoeing, plowing, and weeding. Now, there's a few harvest ones out there I was thinking about doing, and I was like, nah, don't do that, because they're like the really small implements, like 3 meters wide, plus they probably don't have that big of a capacity. Yeah, this is all the contracts I'm gonna work on. Now, there are a few other ones in there, like there's another bell wrapping one, I think there's another cultivating one, I think there's another one for each one of those categories, actually, so we are probably gonna make some pretty good money. I'm trying to tell myself, hey, keep going with it, even after I get done with my grass field. Now that I got all those contracts going, I'm gonna go ahead and take over this worker over here and do the mow myself. I don't really want to sit here doing nothing, because if I got all this AI worker stuff going, then I'll probably end up getting off this computer, let the computer run, and go do like some laundry or something like that. I can't be that nice. All done mowing up here. Looks like one of those hoeing contracts. I was almost done. I'll take care of that. Next up is windrowing, and I'm trying to decide, should I just hire a worker with the John Deere to windrow so I can like take some silage bales up to sell? I did say I wanted to do something a little different with the way I do the whole silage bales, and we'll see that in a minute. And I think I need some money, more than that $8,400, to do what I want to do with this new way of doing silage bales. Of course, I want to do something new with silage bales because that baler was horribly slow. Oh my gosh, it just kept dropping out real slow. I didn't like it one bit. Oh, no. I messed up really big time. Where the heck did it go? Okay, so our baler was stuck on something. It was actually stuck on top of a bell off the side of the field, and I threw the bell. I just tossed it, and I tossed it way too hard. Like, I don't know my strength. It flew all the way over here somewhere. I gotta find that bell. It's gotta actually get wrapped. Oh, there it is right there. Hello, Mr. Bell. What are you doing all the way over here? Yeah, I threw it all the way from our field. I guess I just got a little too angry with that whole mess up. It wasn't telling me it was stuck either. Come on. Course play, do your job. Yep, that was a far toss. I wish I had it recording because I just watched it fly through the air. I'm like, oh, that's going way too far. Then I finally started chasing it down. Okay, back to it. Without giving away exactly how I'm going to do these silage bales moving forward, I don't want to give away too much information quite yet on that. We need a lot more money to do that. And the John Deere will actually run this windrower, but we don't have the money yet. So I'm just going to go ahead and run it myself instead of hire a worker. The idea was there to run the John Deere with the windrower, and then I run behind it with the Massey and the forage wagon picking up the grass. But we don't quite have the money for it, so I'm going to go through and go ahead and touch up the windrowing myself and then go through and pick up the grass myself. Oh man, I just realized something. The way I was wanting to do it is not going to make it much faster because I'm hating that baler. Yeah, I don't know. I think I got to think of a different way of doing it that's going to cost even more money. Now the up downs are all done here, still working on those contracts. I'm going to go around doing the headlands, and then this is ready to pick up. I think I need to make a lot more money. Hopefully there's something on sale. I haven't checked the sales items in a while though. Okay, windrowing all done. Let's go ahead and take a look at what I thought I was going to do with that grass versus what I want to do, because I need to find out how much money I need for that stuff. So we'll take a look together. Now this right here, I don't think it can go anywhere. I don't even think it can go inside that barn. Can't go inside my little shed I got over there with the harvester, so I've been leaving it outside. Oh well, I'll leave a lot of other stuff outside too. I don't really care. If y'all have seen other series of mine, I'm usually not the best at putting stuff away. I just don't like wasting the time doing it. First stop though is the sales item, and oh my gosh, hold on, wait a second. Does this do any wrapping? I can't tell about the back of it or anything. Nah, it's just a square baler. Oh man, that was looking very promising for a second there, which actually might work now that I think about it more. So buying this for $44,000 and buying something else the way I thought I was going to do it might work. So if y'all could tell, I am still going with the bells, but I was want to do a different way of wrapping them and a different way of picking it up kind of too. So we'll go in here to wrappers. I was actually looking at one of these right here. So like I said, it might still work. We could see square bells go in there. Now, of course, I got a modded one down here. Does that do anything bigger? Yeah, it looks like it goes up to the full size square bell. So $34,000 for this plus that $44,000. I don't think it's really worth it whenever I can do, where in the world is it? Okay, there should be a goel or something like that out there somewhere. Oh, here it is right here. Perfect. Okay, $259,000. Holy cow. Did not realize that. So yeah, I think we might be buying a new baler with a wrapper and everything built into it, possibly. And that's still going to be a lot cheaper of a route than one of these. So what I was going to do here was just pick up the grass with the forage wagon, dump it in here. It's going to wrap it, spit it out, done. What I thought I could do was pick up the grass, drop it in here, and it spits out the bells wrapped up. But I realized in the middle of mowing that that's not what that does. This actually needs the bells. So yeah, a little unfortunate there, a little mess up on my side, but we may end up doing that route still. Get a square beller which pumps it out fast, pick up those square bells, throw them through this thing right here, and they get wrapped. Well, not a bad idea, I don't think. Would be a fast way of doing it. But man, that's gonna cost a lot of money. Let's just start with that item that's on sale right here, this big old one here. Now, of course, I could change it to make it super unrealistic and everything. Oh wait, they are all unrealistic. Can I not go down? Standard, there we go. We'll do a standard. Okay, I don't want to do super unrealistic like that. Would make it a lot faster, right? So we can go standard design or a camouflage. I don't know why I'm wasting my time customizing this because we don't have enough money. So we need about 45,000. I'll just say 50,000 to be on the safe side. Let's find some more contracts out there. get those completed. It is dropping over there on the top right, so that tells me some of these jobs are done. We got a baling job out here right now. We'll just go through the whole list. Cultivating job going through right now as well. And what is this one? This one's done. I guess it's a weeding one or something along those lines. Then we got more plow jobs heading out, and weeding or hoeing one right here as well. And that is all of them. Okay, I got one worker done. Oh, I just tabbed through it too fast. Hold on. Here we go. Come on. There it is right there. So this one worker's done. I can't ever remember what it is. So what I usually do is I just come in here to contracts, go to active, come down here and click on this until I find the correct one, and it is a hoeing one because I can go up here to 23 and hey, there's my person right there. Let's see if there's any more hoeing jobs out there. If not, we'll complete all those, which I don't think is going to take us up to the amount of money I want. And yeah, no, it's not looking good. I mean, we got a 21 right here. Go ahead and knock that out, get an extra 2,700. I've kind of been jumping on all of them that are fairly cheapish too. This Phil 23 one, I think, was around $3,000 something. Usually I don't go that low, but I thought I had a lot more field work to do. Okay, looking pretty good here, kinda. I mean, we got 98% here fermenting. These two stacks right here in front of me, they are 100% fermented. So we got some silage here. That means we got some money. Let's go ahead and start loading them up. Now, these are two different loading systems. So that's going to be a little bit of a problem. Plus, with them being so close to each other, I don't know if I'm going to grab some that's not fermented or whatever. So we'll just go ahead and hit B to load up there. Now, of course, I guess I could use the same auto load system each time because they both have universal auto load. Now I need to figure out universal auto load because I'm on that trailer directly behind the tractor, and that's Shift R. There we go. That's horrible. No, that's not right. Let's go Shift I, unload those real quick. That is not right at all. There is a bale collecting mode. What do we have here? Collection mode disabled. Was that Control Shift R? Let's try that. That's horrible as well. That cannot be right. Gosh, I am not taking two of them at a time. Well, I guess two more plus that original stack is not so bad. I don't know if this is going to work, but I see a loading method in there of stacked. So we'll hit that. It says layer, stack. It was on layer. Now I got it on stack. And yeah, it looks like that's not helping any either. That is very unfortunate. What the heck? Yeah, I guess we're doing one trailer at a time. I'm starting to think maybe not do silage bills. I should just go ahead and buy me a bunker silo for $4,000 and call it good. I don't know if there is one that price, but I know I could probably get one cheap out there somewhere. Let me get this trailer put away. I guess it's just going to be our grain trailer only, or I could sell it off and buy the exact same one I got there. So no universal auto load for bills. So that's going to be the lesson I learned here. Okay, I need to figure out where to sell this silage. Looks like the biogas plant is the best price, and looks like the value is actually up right now. I can see that's a bright color green. That means it's up $8,150 worth sitting in inventory right now, and the max value is $7,804. So we're actually over the max value, which is in March, by the way, but sometimes it does fluctuate like that, and that's pretty nice. So let's go ahead and start heading in that direction. I'm going to hire a worker. That is a far drive, and we can tell those contracts are very, very empty up there. So I got a lot of picking and choosing around with the contracts to do while this worker's driving. So trying to make this drive right now with the worker here, trying to send it over to the BGA, and it wasn't working. At first I thought it was because I placed something up in here, and then after I backed out, yeah, I saw that it said the trailer is not in transport mode. Auto load is not in transport mode. What the heck? I thought I put it in transport mode. Did I not put it in transport mode? Somebody help me. So we're in operating position. There we go. We'll hit it again. That's transport mode, I guess. I'm a little confused on that one. Let's try it again. Okay, come on. Do the job. Do the job. Maybe. Maybe not. Not in transport mode. Okay, I guess we got a little bit of an issue with this thing. Maybe I could just totally take the whole auto load off and unload this right here. There we go. We unloaded it. You saw the trailer drop down. Now we got it strapped down. But we actually have a lot of weight here we're carrying. But the transport mode thing should not be an issue anymore. And this tractor should be able to handle carrying this weight. How much weight is this exactly? I think it says on there somewhere. 20.1 tons altogether. Now, that's not the weight from the load. That's the weight from everything altogether. I believe the tractor and trailer is that 13.7 tons. I'm reading off right below the speedometer. There's a 13.7 ton, and then it says total 20.1 ton. Maybe I got this working now. No telling. Oh, we got the point there. Point's already there. Come on, drive, drive, drive. Target is unreachable. Okay. So that also tells me maybe I need to get outside my farm, or maybe I don't need to put my point up there so far. So let me get outside the farm. I know it works in the farm, but I'm gonna get outside just in case, because I've done a loop before from the silo to like a sell point. But just to be on the safe side, we'll drive on out real quick, and then I'll go ahead and start it up again. By now, I guess I could have been over there. It's still saying there's a worker down there. It looks like this might be working. Oh, they got their little blinky lights on. Heck yeah, that's looking good. Okay, we got a weeding job going away up there. Whoa, why is it so low? Usually those weeding jobs come in at like 90 some %, so I'm not liking that at all. And I believe this was the weeding job. Hold on, that might not be the weeding job. This might be the weeding job. Either way, there's definitely something broken with that. Where's field 30? We're on field 30 right now, and it just got done. It's all done. So there's definitely something wrong with this field here. Oh no, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Is there any way I could trigger this to be done? I know last time I tried this, it did not work. It got mad at me. I don't think I want to do that. I think I just want to lose out on this mission so I don't mess up any of the other missions. You know, maybe this ain't gonna work. Something is definitely not working. I guess I'll be doing these drive-ins myself. Let me take a look at these contracts first, and then I'll jump back over here and do this drive myself. It appears the issue with that driver is it keeps saying it's blocked by an object. There's definitely no object over there, and I can even see that whenever I jump into the vehicle here, that it says state blocked. So there's something wrong here. Maybe it's with the trailer or something going on, something conflicting. But like I said, I'll make the drive myself. Let me just get this worker out of here, pull up off the road here so I don't have to block traffic anymore. Oh, there was traffic behind me earlier. I don't know where they went. Guess they decided not to wait and went around me. Okay, maybe I just reached a level at which these contracts are starting to mess up pretty bad, because this is a plowing job over here on 36. Won't let me hire a worker. Won't let me do it myself. Yeah. No, not looking good. Let's go ahead and start completing some of these contracts, get them off the list. There's quite a bit over there. Looking in here to active, we got a lot of completed ones here. Now, of course, I want to try to keep the ones where I borrowed the equipment, so we'll go ahead and collect here. And weeding one is the one that messed up too, so I don't know. Maybe I just got way too much going on, so we'll collect the ones that don't have leased equipment and see what our total goes up to. I'm not sure what it's going to be, but it's probably going to be up there quite a bit. I mean, there's $9,000 right here. And I think I just accepted one for like $15,000. It's ridiculous how much money we're about to make here. And we could probably still buy that used beller along with that little wrapping idea I got going there. But I kind of want to save my money and maybe just go with a bunker silo, change up my direction there than what I was previously thinking I would go, and get away from these silage bells, because it's proven to be an issue with even transporting them. And plus a bunker silo will ferment faster. And yeah, it looks like this is not working. So we'll go ahead and complete all the belling or plowing ones, my bad. Go ahead and collect that one as well. And then the one that's not done, let's see here, plowing, we'll go ahead and cancel that. All good. We'll just take a little loss on that. Shouldn't be too much, I don't think. Where is it canceled? Oh yeah, we didn't lose anything because we didn't borrow anything. That's nice. Now, all these jobs, and are we just completely done across the board? No, I got a cultivating one still going. So let's hold off on cultivating, but rest of them, let's go ahead and complete. This weeding one didn't work. So we'll cancel that, but should be a $0 cancellation fee because I didn't lease anything. Perfect. Now weeding, let's go ahead and collect this. $19,785. Holy cow, that is amazing. We got a hoeing job here, and I don't even know what we're up to. I didn't look at it a second ago. We got a belling job here. Let's go ahead and collect that. Now this cultivating job is going to finish up, and then I'll go ahead and collect these two. We got 66 here and 28 here. That's looking real good. Oh man, we're up to $103,000. That's nice. And we haven't even sold any of our bells off yet. We got to make some good money here, and I think I will just go with the cheaper route and put in a bunker silo. With us having $103,000 there, I'm gonna make a little pit stop into the store here, and we're gonna buy something new. Let's go ahead and unload those bells somehow, because it's not coming off too well there. I forgot to turn on that unloading assistant right there. It's off. It should not be set on off. It really shouldn't, but it's all good. Let's go ahead and load them back up real quick, and then I'll go ahead and put in unloading mode, and now I can do this. That's what I'm saying. The unloading assistant should not be off. It should always be on. This is so nice. But we'll drop that there. All good. Let's get this trailer sold. Buy us a new trailer. I don't know how much one costs, but I know I'm going to get a bigger one than this. So currently we can see this trailer's worth $5,483. Let's go ahead and do a repaint to it and see if it goes up over, what would that be, $5,594? Will it go higher than that? Yes, it did. It went up to $5,605. Awesome. So repaint, repair, definitely worth it. There we go, $5,605. That's our money now. We got a vehicle running cost? Huh, wonder where that came from. Now, I believe I do have the shop deliveries mod out there, but I know how to turn it off now. I think I do. Hold on, let's place it here. I'm looking at the mini map, and plus we got little markers over there. There's a little pink and black marker over there. Let's go ahead and turn it off, and it did disappear. Awesome. I don't want to pay any delivery fees here, especially if I go into actually buying this, but I don't know if I'm going to go into buying that. What I'm going to buy here is a trailer. So we got transport for the bells, got a bigger option out there with the auto load built in. Looking into it a little more, I kind of was wanting to do something like this, but I just don't know how well they're going to stack on there, because this does use universal auto load, and we could see previously it's not working too good. It's really not. So let's go into something like this right here. Now, how much will each one of these hold? Because this is pretty much the same thing as what I had there, but a longer version. Now, I won't be able to back these up too good because they got that pivot axle in the front. It's all good though. Let's run with this one right here. It's the cheapest option. out of the larger trailers. Obviously, I'm hoping it holds a lot more. We'll put the extension on. I don't know how much of an extension that's going to give us. And, you know, we'll do a beacon. Why not? Where's the beacon? Oh, right there. That's pretty cool. Okay, auto load. Yes, we'll put the auto load on there. Awesome. That's the built-in auto load, not the universal auto load part. And we'll buy that for $22,700. Okay, nice. Now, of course, the money is going away, and I don't like that at all. Man, I just thought of it. Why would I buy this if I was about to go away from bells? Now I think I'm more committed to doing bells than going to a bunker silo. What was I thinking? Okay, cultivating job all done. I can see the workers still going over there, but we're gonna complete the jobs. It's gone in the top right, and then that worker would be bye 6,600 here and 2,800 here. Like I said, I was just kind of taking up some of the smaller jobs to keep the workers running. I guess I could take up more jobs to keep the workers running because I'm going to be kind of busy on our field work, but I don't want to deal with them anymore. I'm tired of them. $96,000 here. That's looking pretty good. Now, I guess my whole route of how I'm going to make silage has changed multiple times this episode. I think I'm really committed to going all in with bells. Unfortunately, because the beller I want's about $100,000. If I'm going to continue belling, I got to get something that's faster than that beller we have right now. There is one that does like an all-in-one wrap and everything like that, and it is a fast bell, so we will definitely be doing that. All loaded up here. Looks like we got quite a bit. 28 bells. That is awesome. Now, all of them aren't going to be fermented, I don't think. I mean, let's look back here. Yeah, 98% on this stack right here. This stack would have been working over this direction, and I definitely did load some of that up. But by the time we get there, hopefully it is fermented. Don't know if it will be or not. If it's not, it won't sell off until it is fermented. Pulling in now to make our little delivery here, and I wonder, can I use these bunker silos even though I don't own them? I don't know, but we do end up dumping this into these green bins here, and that will do the job. Whoa, this trailer's the perfect length for that. Yeah, we can do that little thing I've been doing where I pick it up, move it over, and all that good stuff and drop it in there. I'm gonna actually hold off on that for right now. I kind of want to wait until they're all 100% fermented. I don't want to accidentally sell off some grass or something like that, even though I don't think grass goes there. So I think it would just sit there in bell form until it turned into silage, and then it would sell off automatically. So I probably could have brought this stuff over sooner. And that's what I mentioned before, was bringing them over sooner so I could just have them sitting there waiting and ready to go. Now we're gonna get this back to the farm, sell off some equipment we have, and buy something new. There are two things I want to sell off, and they're both right here. That beller and that wrapper. We're not going to need them anymore because we're definitely upgrading. This thing right here was just a pain to use last time around. It's just so slow. I guess I could have hired a worker for the whole thing. Oh well, let's go ahead and repair, repaint, and see if we make a good profit off that. Oh wow, that's worth some pretty good money. I mean, 0.3 hours on it. Yeah, it's definitely going to be worth some pretty good money. I didn't think it was that much though. So $18,692 for that beller right there. And then the wrapper, I don't know how much that thing's worth. I can't remember what I bought it for, but we'll see how much that is right here. Currently sitting at $12,486. We'll go ahead and do a little repair for $2. A little repaint for $536, taking us up to $13,078. That's gonna be ours right there, taking us up to a total of $126,191. Now, do I go ahead and do a delivery or do I go into the shop? I think I'm gonna go into the shop. I really don't want to pay that extra delivery fee for a $100,000 piece of equipment. One more check into the sales items before I go buy what I want, and man, I should probably just buy the square beller. I really should, but then I'd have to do another step of wrapping. This thing doesn't have a wrapper option on it, does it? That would be pretty cool. Not seeing anything for that unless I'm just straight up blind. Good chance I am straight up blind. I got a couple options here that I could do. One being this $110,000 fast bell here. And then we can even go into the fast bell over here, which has a selectable bell capacity. I don't know how I feel about that, because then we're going to end up coming out with what, like one bell that's 100,000 liters or something like that. I mean, is that really a bad idea? No, I don't really want to get into any unreal capacities yet. I haven't done that yet, I don't think. So I'm going to keep it away from the unreal capacity. Now I'm almost tempted to go with it anyways, just because it's $11,000 cheaper. And now we'll go with this fast bell one here, because I know if I get this one up here, I'll probably end up changing the bell size. Yeah, let's play it safe. So let's go here. Is there any way I can change this up to like a Massey Ferguson or something like that? Because I am running Massey Ferguson quite a bit. No, not seeing that option. Let me look around a little more. Maybe there's another one in here, like the Lizard Colossus one possibly, that could do the job I needed to do. What is this? This is just a bell maker. Not liking that, but I am liking the price of $100,000. Ooh, I guess we could do that and just bring it over. Ain't a bad idea. It's the same idea as this right here. Come on, come on. You're telling me Colossus didn't make a round beller? Am I just straight up blind or something? Like I mentioned earlier, good chance I am blind. Okay, all good. We're just gonna go with the regular fast beller. We'll leave it as that Vicon. All good. Close enough to Massey Ferguson colors, right? And then the color is going to be white. Let's take the license plate off. I've been meaning to do that more often. Like, why put a license plate on something like this? Don't need it. But $111,480. What do we get that's extra? Oh, I guess the wrap color and the round bell net cost extra, even though it kind of comes with it, I think. Or wait, is that the stuff I'm buying instead of buying the pallet of? I don't know. Let's just buy this and get going. Hey, at least I didn't have to pay no delivery fee, and that leaves us with $14,764. Man, you gotta be kidding me. That's ridiculous. I guess those extra costs were those two things there above my speedometer, the bell wrap and the round bell net. It went ahead and came in there full. I don't know if that's a good deal for me to let them include it or for me to buy it separately. Usually you're getting ripped off at like dealerships whenever you have them include extra things. You can usually get it cheaper somewhere else. I never really looked into that, and plus it wasn't much money. What, $1,000 and something dollars? I mean, that ain't much money on a game like this, but in real life, I'd be doing anything for $1,000. I mean, hey, 20 bucks is 20 bucks, okay? Okay, don't know if I like it too much, because I just remembered I can go a lot faster than this beller can go. So what I mean by that is they'll end up having some problems and I'll go too fast and end up leaving lines behind. But these bells are 3,500 liters a piece. Let's see here. Yep, looks like I got some grass sitting on the ground right there because I was going a little too fast, so I got to slow it down some, but we'll get it done and maybe get it done a little bit faster than the last beller I had. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like every episode here I'm probably going to find different ways to upgrade the way I make silage. And oh man, that bunker silo would have saved me so much money. I don't know why I didn't do it. Gosh, y'all help me out. Tell me, come on, in the comments. Put in a bunker silo. Save that money, because we can't sell this back and still get a good return on it somewhat. This is not looking good though. Let me go away belling this stuff up. See how much bells we got. See exactly how much grass we got off this harvest, because I'm very interested in that. With us having a fully fertilized field here, as far as full-on fertilizer, full-on lime. Now, I'm sure it's not the best because I don't have that Isaraya Pro thing or a sensor for that stuff. All done belling up. Hold up, wait there. I see a little bit out there. Yeah, it's been hit and go, miss here and there. I'm not liking this beller. This is definitely a $100,000 mistake right here. Yeah, just a little bit right here. Trying to get every little bit, trying to get that bell to push out, but it's look like it's not going to. So all together here with the bells on the ground, we have 40 bells times 3,500. That comes out to 140,000 liters. So it looks like we didn't get much of an improvement, if any at all, with doing a full fertilization on the field. Yeah, this is not looking good at all. I don't like this beller. It's definitely a $100,000 mistake. Let's just go sell some silage bells. Maybe that will put me in a better mood seeing our bank account go up. Before I do sell off those silage bells, I want to try to kick this out. I do have that partial bell thing installed. I don't know if it works for this. Overload to second chamber, I guess is O. Okay, there we go. Now we're at 2,510 liters. I think that was exactly the same. I believe to kick out one, I'm looking for the hotkey up there and looking for the words, but I'm not seeing it, but I think it was always Y. Maybe I could be wrong there. Oh, wait, there it is. Unload bells early. Oh, hey, perfect. I think that's the same key to kick it to the next chamber. Gosh, I really don't know. But we're not going to miss out on any this time around. Oh, I was like, why am I popping Willie? I was running into a little marshmallow. No, we're not going to miss out on any this time around. I actually missed out on a little bit. I don't know how much, but our last beller we sold off, it did end up having some grass in it. I just don't know how much. And I don't want to accidentally leave grass on this and sell this off because I'm really not liking this. I don't know how much longer I'm going to keep it. And perfect. I did end up fast forwarding some time here. Got us up to 1,400 and all the silage bells are now silage bells, I guess. They're all fermented all the way through. That is awesome. Now we can actually see the value of them all together before I go sell them off. Looking in here at silage, we got $18,384 worth, and I am not liking that number. Gosh, I really thought it'd be a lot higher than that. I mean, the oats is up there too. Maybe just farming a bunch of oats would be a good idea, right? No, but farming a bunch of oats is actually really a good idea, especially if you play with seasons off, because I believe it's like one of the fastest things that can grow and harvest within each other there. Now let's go ahead and try to unload this all into there. Wait, that's not the right button. What's going on here? Maybe I'm in the wrong transport mode or something like that. Oh, nope, I just dropped them all here. Oh, some of those bells are selling off. Okay, well, that's $566. Awesome, awesome. Well, actually, I don't think any of the bells actually sold off. I think part of the bell sold off. I got to turn that unloading assistant back on. You got to be kidding me, man. Why do I got to turn that back on? Now, let's go ahead and load them back up, I think. There we go. We'll force them load back up. Now, we'll put it in transport mode, hit that Y button to do this little fancy thing here, and we'll just go ahead and hit that Y button again to unload. What the heck happened there? Why didn't it go in? Will it not do it? I guess it won't do it all the way down there, so I'll let it drop in there. That right there gave us $10,714 plus a $1,212 environmental score reward. Now let's go get our leftover bells over there. Kind of thinking, is it even worth like driving them up here? I'm thinking no, it's probably not, but I'll go ahead and do it anyways, get them sold off, get as much money as possible, because I saw us at 100,000. Now we're way down here. I'm not liking that. There's only going to be 19 bells for this sell off here, so not looking too good money wise. I guess we're going to break 30,000, maybe 40,000 could get broken there. Highly doubt that one. I don't even remember what we got last time, so yeah, 40,000 is out of the picture, because I think we barely even got $10,000 or $12,000 there. I'm trying to think more and more and justify the purchase of this trailer. I'm like, wait a second, if I'm going to leave bells behind, go that bunker silo route, do I really need to get rid of this trailer? Because I did mention before about doing bells. That way we can get in and out of that horse pen a lot easier with a skid steer or just a small tractor in general. But then again, it's like, do I really need the bells? And the only thing that goes inside there is straw. And we're currently really not doing anything with straw. I mean, it's in there, it's being wasted. I guess you need straw to make manure. If I got that wrong, correct me please. But I believe you need straw to make manure, and we're not even making manure because we don't have that manure heap. And I think I've probably mentioned that manure heap every single episode by now. We got to get that thing in. I guess we have enough money to do it, but I just haven't quite done it. Got our last little bit right here. Let's make sure I'm over the top of that. Hit that button again. It's going to fall in there. Oh, okay, there it goes. Whew. It's getting a little stuck up there, but $7,249 plus $820 environmental score, taking us up to $35,444. Yeah, not the best. I definitely made a $100,000 mistake here. That beller was a mistake, and I'm sure I'm going to hear it probably from Rambo Hacker Gaming. I think every time I've got that beller, he's mentioned other ones that was better. And I don't know, maybe I'll hear from more of y'all than just him. Oh man, let's see if we can fix that $100,000 mistake, because these horses are not profitable at all. They are negatively impacting our balance. Now, they're not the biggest thing impacting our balance negatively. I actually am. I keep making all these mistakes and it is horrible, and I guess I need to pick those bells up because this is not going to work too good. Let me just leave this over here for a second. Go grab our bell trailer and grab those. But no, last episode made that $100,000 mistake. This episode, let's see if we can fix it, and we will fix it after I get all those bells off the field. Kind of debating whether I should just go ahead and run them up to the BGA and just store them up there so I ain't got to worry about it here. Yeah, that ain't a bad idea. Let's go ahead and do that. I don't want to take up any good floor space around here. Now, of course, before I do all this work this month, because we got to pick up those bells, fertilize, lime, all that stuff. Before I get started on all that, I want to find some contracts out there. Looks like we got a pretty good paying $15,000 fertilizer one. Last episode, we did end up figuring out there was something messed up with the contracts, so we got to keep a close eye on that and make sure I don't overdo it with too much in there. There's really no reason why I don't just go ahead and borrow the items for every one of these contracts. It would probably be easier. I'm just trying to save a couple of $100 to $1,000. Well, actually, this one's a $2,000 leasing cost. But yeah, I'm just trying to save that little bit of money. 3,000 liters here of solid fertilizer. Gonna go ahead and start up that worker. Maybe leftovers will go to another contract. I don't know. I am going to be very careful with the extra contracts. Now, maybe if I just remember to actually clear the extra ones that don't have the lease items, we probably won't have any problems. No telling, but hey, plowing time, of course. Once again, I don't like their plows. I'm using my plow. You know, I remembered something from last episode. I was complaining about a courseplay job not telling me they were stuck because there was a worker stuck on the top of a bell, and I ended up throwing that bell across the map. That was kind of crazy, kind of cool. Really wish I got the whole thing on camera. Can't believe how far that thing went flying. Of course, super strength was involved. But no, the courseplay thing I actually hid up out of the way. Let me get the mouse thing pulled up real quick. There we go. We'll go into courseplay. It's up here in the corner. Oh man, what in the world's going on here? This is not what I want. Oh, well, it's gone. It is gone. Let's just put that back right there. That is not what I wanted. But yeah, no, the little courseplay thing I hid up out of the way in the top left corner because it doesn't go away with any of the HUD hider mods. So I moved it out of the way. That way I could do a little fly through, fly over of build videos I've been making. And now it's probably gone forever. That's not looking good. I might just have to uninstall the courseplay mod and install it again to get it back, possibly, because I cannot click on it. Maybe I can get to it whenever I'm not here with this trailer, because it seems like the little clicking thing's actually working the bells and not where the courseplay thing is hidden. But yeah, you can move that thing anywhere you want to. I like to keep it in the top left corner, that way it doesn't hide any of the money stuff. In the top right corner is the default location, but it usually hides a lot of the money information and stuff that pops in, so I always move it out of the way. The first load is all unloaded, and I did put it kind of far away from the sell point. I didn't want it to accidentally sell off whenever it got fermented all the way. And then another part of me was like, hey, just go ahead and dump it in there and let it sell off automatically. But you know, I like to see those sell numbers, see exactly how much we go up. I don't want to wake up one day and be like, oh hey man, we just made like $10,000-$20,000. And I am really disappointed now saying that $10,000 to $20,000, because I really thought I was going to make a lot more money off of silage than what we currently are making. As much as I keep driving by our field here off to the left, this was our O field, and I just keep driving by it like, man, we really should have planted grass in there. We could have got so much more silage from it, and I think I'm gonna have to do that next year around after we do an oat harvest. Honestly, we don't even need to do an oat harvest. We got plenty of oats, but I got some big plans to get a lot more horses in. And I think that's why they're not eating as much food as I normally see other animals eat. That's because we only got 8 horses. Normally I have a lot more animals, like a lot more cows, chickens, sheep, stuff like that. I never have a low number like 8. But horses, they're expensive, they're big. I don't know what I'm saying, but 8 of them seems like a lot to me. It just doesn't seem like a lot to the food, and we got a lot of food left over. So we definitely need to up that number, especially if we want to try to make some money from those horses. But if we up those number of horses, we're definitely upping that worker cost every single month that is included with helping those horses. And this is going to be the last bale right here, 13 here. One of these should be a partial, unless I already took the partial over there. Let's get this delivered and see if we can make our $100,000 back. While setting up this worker to head over and make that delivery of bales, I noticed a big issue. There's a worker out in the trees. Let's go see what the heck's going on over here. Yeah, I guess this worker cannot drive too good. That's all good. I'm sure I'd do the same thing. So how exactly we're going to make that $100,000 mistake fixed? Well, I don't know how well it's going to be fixed, but we are going to sell back our $100,000 mistake here. Yes, that was a huge mistake getting this thing. Let's go ahead and come in here. I got that mobile mechanic. That's why I'm able to do this and sell back for best value, same as if I took it to the shop. Now it's up to $93,598. If we spend another $9,000 on repaint, will that take us up over $100,000? I sure hope so, and yes it did. It took us up to $104. $5 in repairing, I guess, might take us up a little bit. We're going to sell that for $104,000. Now we're not getting our total amount. I think we spent $111 on it. So this is a pretty good return, I would say. That's going to take us up to $129,000. Now let's spend that trying to figure out how we're going to do this silage moving forward. I have mentioned a lot about bunker silos. I don't think I'm going to do that. And that is the exact reason why I was moving those bales over to the BGA, so we can leave plenty of open space for something to make us silage. The one thing that actually interests me weirdly was this one right here, this fermenter and dryer. So I guess it all stays outdoors. It's just a big old pile of whatever you want, and I'm assuming it turns grass into hay and whatever into silage. Now it looks like it takes some additive as well. I don't like that part, but $2,000, not sure the capacity on it and everything like that. But the reason I'm saying I'm weirdly interested in it, or whatever I said, is because I don't like leaving the stuff outside. As we've seen in the past, I didn't really like leaving this pile over here of hay and all that, but I'm kind of interested in giving this a go. I did go through the mod hub and install pretty much everything that said fermenting on it. Yeah, here's another fermenting silo, a big old bad boy one. I like this a lot. I really do, but I don't think we're quite there yet. I mean, we got the money, but maybe we are there. Go for a nice upgraded look to our farm, I think would be a good idea, because it's only $35,000. I was interested in this one too, but it didn't really look too Americanized. Maybe a little older Americanized with the whole brick and everything to it, but not modernized, I guess. Yeah, now there's a lot of cool mods out there and stuff. You know, I think I'm going to give this one a go. This building one right here, I like that a lot. This is our land over here. Let's go ahead and put it in where the track marks go through here, so I kind of naturally drive over here. Now, speaking of naturally driving over here, does this go all the way? No, it doesn't. It's supposed to cut through the field, so I guess there's really not too much natural driving through here. It's going to be more like, hey, I got to cut through the field, and I don't know if I'm going to like this. Let's put it closer to the road and leave this area open over here for greenhouses or something like that. And that is something we may do at a later point, get some greenhouses in. We have the money now, but I don't think I'm ready for it. And looks like a little terrain forming, deforming or something like that's going on with the ground there. It's all good. I don't care too much. This ain't one of my fancy build videos. Okay, all done touching it up. I kind of made it look a little old and rustic to it. Just did a little rock, gravel, mossy rock, gravel thing, whatever to it. Left some grass going down the middle. Now that didn't really blend in with the existing road over here, but I don't know if we're really going across the existing road. Can I sell this? Oh, I can. $600. I will save that for an emergency situation if I ever remember. But yeah, we got something here. We can't be drying us some grass. moving forward. I wonder what it looks like though. Let's look into it and see what all the functions are to it. Looks like we got our basic grass dryer, turning grass into hay, perfect 1-for-1 ratio. Then we have our silage one, that's going to turn grass into silage, a perfect 1-for-1 ratio as well. Now that is pretty awesome. And whoa, I don't think I'm going to do that. Straw to silage. From what I understand, that is definitely something that is unrealistic, fake. Should I do that? Or is that actually something that's way too cheaty? I'm gonna hold off onto it. Let me know in the comments, please. But from what I understand, this is definitely fake, cannot actually be done in real life. If you could turn straw into silage, I might be doing it. I mean, hey, we get a lot of straw, we're not using much. Now we got enough money. Let's go ahead and get that manure pit in, since I'm thinking about that straw. Before I do get that manure pit in, I need to remember, hey, keep these workers moving. This one had to have been done, and it was done. It was sitting over here doing nothing. I should do that building stuff while these workers are moving. I'll have this guy head back to the farm while I'm putting in that manure pit. But I believe we got 41 bells total. I can't remember what the full amount was. Y'all can see it earlier on the video with the full amount. But this is only 13 bells and then whatever's right there. Now out of those 41 bells, only one of them is a partial. And they're all 3,500 liters apiece. We already did the math, about 140,000 liters silage whenever it gets fermented. Looks like there's something wrong with this field 24 and the whole AI worker going with it, because they ended up in the tree once again. So let me go ahead and take over for this worker and figure out what is going on. You're like stuck on something and there's nothing there. Yeah, I believe it might be the boundary of the map. That's a good possibility. And as far as what's left, we'll be able to see in the mini map as soon as I get on the field. I think it's just the headland. Yeah, it is looking like the 2 headland ones, maybe 3 possibly. Not sure the exact spread on this. 30-meter spread. Okay, maybe it's just 1 headland. Let's knock this out real quick and call it quits and get this thing returned. Now, we did have like 3,000 liters of fertilizer in here, but I did start the worker up a second time, and I think the worker wasted away the second time around. But once they come around to doing this headland, they just couldn't do it. So I'll finish it out myself, get these contracts returned, see our bank account go back up over $100,000, and then we'll take it down with a manure pit eventually. And there we go, finishing up this contract. Now, I did end up getting a second plowing job in there. I don't remember if I showed that or not, but there's 2 of them done. What do we got here? We got 13,399 for this one, 8,800 for that, and 6,200 for that. Yeah, we're definitely going back up over that $100,000. That's pretty nice. $122,808. Let's see if we can spend it all. I'm not sure if I've actually ever put in a manure pit or FS25, so I don't even know where I'm looking for this thing. Oh, also, besides these being fermenters, we can also use them for storage as well, so I can just store a bunch of straw outside. Looks like 1,000,000 liters. That's pretty nice. Come on, where are you? Where are you? I'm probably in the wrong spot. There's a very good chance of that. I'll find it one day though. I found something here that says manure bunker, but I believe this is just one where you buy the manure. Yeah, that's not looking right. Okay, I found one called manure heap extension. It extends the capacity of your manure heap. Where is the manure heap? So I'd assume it's under silos. Maybe I just missed it. Let me do another deep dive into this, see if I can find it. Wait a second. Wow, I'm just straight up blind because it's right here the whole time. Okay, that was pretty easy. Now, you know, I cut through there all the time. I don't know if I want to put it here. Yeah, I kind of don't want to, since I cut through there all the time. Also might be time to remove some trees too. Well, you know what? I guess no more cutting through there. Let's put it that way. We're just going to place it in right here. It says it's overlapping with something. I don't know what. We're going to put it up pretty close to it. Hopefully that works out really good. Now we come up to the side, I guess, to unload it. Hopefully this is connected and working. Is there a way to tell? That cost $25,000 though. Thought maybe it would tell me if it was connected or not. It might tell me in the bottom right here in a second. What is it? Horse barn and L shape. Okay, connected too. Awesome. So we're going to start getting some manure in. Now let me do a little touch up with the ground here, make it look a little bit better for the drive up part. Now, of course, where the manure is going, it's not going to look too good. Now, here's what I got to figure out. Am I going to keep this trailer? You know, I guess I'll keep it for now because I was about to make a mistake and sell it off, but I needed to sell off those silage bales. Let's hold off on that for right now. Let's go get our fertilizer spreader thingy-majig, lay down some lime, lay down some fertilizer. And I just realized I think I might need to buy some more lime. I don't know what was on the ground back there, but I remember we were pretty close to running out on lime previously. Just spent $922 for some more lime right there. There's only a little over 2,000 inside this thing. So yeah, we're gonna need some more. I think I had 6,000 in here and we ended up using about 4,000 liters previously. I don't think we're going to use as much this time around because those lime levels on the field should be a little bit higher because I'm actually keeping up with it better. Now I need to get that Isorea Pro thing on this tractor to see if that actually increases our yield by laying down the right amount of lime and the right amount of fertilizer. I don't know. And you know what? We got the money for it, but I kind of want to save that money to get us through the winter months. Let's hold off on upgrading that because I believe it's like $15,000. And I really want us to get through the winter months all the way up to springtime where we're going to plant some oats and do a harvest of grass. Okay, I decided I'm gonna go ahead and do it. Let's do a little upgrade here. Wow, repaint $34,000. I thought only John Deere costs a lot of money doing repairs and repaints to it. No, I guess it's pretty much anything. So customization to this thing. Oh wait, I already have it on there. Okay, so what's this even do? Compared to the Isorea Pro Active, this sensor can only be used at daytime. Interesting. Okay. The Isorea Pro Compact detects the real nitrogen demand of your crops. While driving with this sensor over your field, you'll get more precise information of the nitrogen that is required. With this information, the fertilization will be more accurate and results in a higher yield. Okay, so it mentions nitrogen more than anything. It actually doesn't mention pH value at all, so I don't know if it's going to do anything for the lime. So, oh well, we already got it. Cool. That's going to save us some money. Oh, I need to unfold this thing. Let me get this all knocked out. I'll probably see y'all next year unless something comes up. I'm not sure if y'all can tell, but it is not springtime yet. No, I'm actually going to feed the horses some more hay. I'm keeping a close eye on that. It looks like they're starting to eat more and more food kind of as they get older. They're not quite there to puberty yet, full puberty. And then I guess once they hit puberty, I guess we got to wait a while before they have a baby or something like that. I'm not 100% sure how it works with the horses and everything like that. So we'll see. We'll learn together. It is taking a long time though. I know that. That's really starting to bother me. But another update with the whole food thing starting to use more and more, I'm starting to see less and less come out of our bank account. So I'm noticing that loan is down there pretty low. I kind of want to take a look at that loan real quick, see where we're sitting at with the payoff on it, because I got a feeling we are getting pretty close. I can't remember how long of a loan I ended up setting up, but it's there somewhere. And I noticed manure going up and up as well. We need to get something for fertilizing with manure. So 3,657 liters of manure. I don't know if that's going to be enough to even do a field or 2 or 3. I don't know. Is manure something you actually got to lay down twice? Because I think either manure or slurry you got to lay down twice. But then again, there's also an option to do like a double application if I can remember correctly. I've never done it on FS25, I don't think, but I remember doing it on 22. And that actually used up quite a bit of hay there. Wow, that was amazing. So quick peek at the horses. They're at 77% puberty. I don't know. If I'm just going to take a guess, I'd say maybe 24 months is where they're going to be at. And we need to start looking at getting some oats in there eventually. I'm just trying to balance it out. The hay goes down a lot faster than the oats does, but I do notice their value is going up a pretty good amount. Now, max value is $5,000, I believe, at 32 months. So by then, I hope to have a baby because I'm selling them off. And they should all have one baby each, I think. Now, there is new mods that did come out pretty recently on the mod hub. There is one about increasing the value of the horses, and I may end up getting into that eventually. Let's take a quick peek into our loan real quick. Looks like 3.5% interest rate, $7,967 each month. Okay, we got $314,000 left on it. 43 months left. Man, it's like never ending, just like in real life. Finally waking up one of these mornings with the sun out. We are now in March and it is looking good out here. Now, I don't know how our fields are looking. I know our oat field's looking horrible, but mainly I'm kind of worried about our grass field. Where's that at? 3 or 4. So next month's a full harvest. I'm kind of tempted to just go ahead and mow it right now. That way I don't waste any time doing all this field work on this field, because we're going to go ahead and plant some oats in here. I believe right now is the oat planting time. Yes, it is right there, March and April. So I can wait till next month to do it all together, do the planting and the mowing at the same time. But I kind of want to hurry up, get it planted, get it harvested, get some more grass in the ground. I think I'm actually going to rotate the field that way moving forward. Now, here's the thing. What do I do with the field? A couple options. Get a cultivator, plant it with what we already have, rent a direct drill, plant it, move forward, worry about the weeds later, or plow it, plant it, don't worry about the weeds later. And I think I'm going to do it that route. That way we don't have to buy anything. Now, I guess plowing up the ground is actually not good for it as far as the whole precision farming score goes, but it's what I got, and I want to kind of save the money that we have right now because this is the most I've seen up there. Stay in. Up there is what I mean, because we haven't seen negative in a while. I like that. Now, while I got a worker going away plowing up, I'm going to go ahead and head up there with the trailer, get all this silage sold off. Kind of debating just keep a hold of it, don't worry about it. It's been in the green, bright green every single month as a good value. Now, of course, max month is right now, but like I said, every single month it's been up there in price, so I don't really need to sell it right now, but I kind of want to get rid of that trailer and just leave the whole bell thing in the past. One thing I did forget about with plowing are stones, and I don't like leaving those stones behind. And wow, I think it's ripping up all the nitrogen. Now we got 45 kilograms in there. Okay, 50 there. What's it saying over here? Still saying the same 45 stuff. So, okay, we're good. I thought it was going to take away the nitrogen and the lime, but it's all good. So that tells me we're going to end up not having to put down much. I will put down lime after this step, and then we will plant. Now, as far as the stones go, we're going to leave them behind. Hopefully our roller pushes a bunch of them down. We don't have anything to pick the stones up, and I don't want to rent anything. I'm just going to live with it. I think I can live with it this harvest because we're going to do a lot of ripping up and a lot of replanting every year. So a stone picker is definitely something we should be getting. Yep, I cannot seem to get that thing out of that top left corner, the little course play thing. I don't know if there's a way to reset it. I don't think I put it in the top right corner, did I? No? Well, that's a bummer. Oh, I'm actually clicking off my screen right now. Oopsie. Come on. Give it to me. Yeah, no luck. It's lost. Forever. There's not many good paying contracts out there. I got a bell wrapping one and this wood transport one heading up. There was a stone picking one out there, but man, those stone picking ones take forever. I did think about doing it just so I could use their stone picker for our farm. But with how long those ones take and how fast they get full, I don't know. I've just not had the best of luck with those as far as being a fast one, let's put it that way. Now there is a worker that completed their task up there. That was actually the John Deere heading up to the BGA to sell off those silage bales. Let's get this load of wood delivered first, and then we'll sell off some silage bales, and we'll probably be sitting pretty good in that bank account up there because this job right here is $11,000, and then I guess those silage bales are right around $17,000, I think, if I can remember correctly. Plus we got a harvest income boost bonus coming in from our precision farming score. I'm still not sure why we get money for selling off wood like a wood sell, but here we go. We're done there. $39 for sold wood, $4 environmental. Plus, let's go ahead and complete this contract. Yeah, right here, we're going to get $10,438. That's going to be looking real good up there, up to $55,000. Now, just go ahead and tab on over to our John Deere here. Let's get some of these bells sold off. I accidentally unpacked a little there, and we got a little sell there, 378 plus a 42 environmental. Yeah, I did this last time around. So basically I got to unpack it. That way I can turn that unloading assistant on, and then I got to load it all back up because I always forget to turn that unloading assistant on. Gosh, I'm telling you, I really wish there was a way I could just constantly leave it on. I don't know what's going on there, but let's jump that in right there. There we go. That's going to look pretty good in our bank. $11,356 plus a $1,285 environmental score reward. Yes, that is looking real good. Now, of course, this ain't going to be as much, but it's still going to be something good. And man, I really thought the thing was going to balance there. $5,514 plus a $623 environmental score reward, taking us up to $74,433. Yeah, man, we're starting to get into a nice groove here. That loan's not hurting us as bad as it used to. I tell you what, playing with a loan, like an active loan, is a lot harder than playing a series without loans. Because that has proven to be a huge issue. Now, previously, as we slept through the winter months there, I could have easily spent all our money on generators, but I was afraid those generators would not get a return as far as a positive return in our bank account. So I didn't want to come into this month just straight up in the negative like we've done in the past. This trailer right here, I don't know why I'm still towing it because we're going to sell it off. Let me pull over off the side of the road here and get it sold. And also, I don't know why I pulled over off the side of the road, but we'll hit this little button here. Oh, wow, it's picking up everything on the tractor too. Currently, it's sitting at $20,502. We'll do a little repaint for $348, a little repair for $3, taking us up to $20,889. Selling that bad boy off. Yeah, that's looking real good. Almost back up to $100,000. I'm sure once that bell wrapping contract's done, I complete that, we will be back up over $100,000. I was wondering why this belling job was not going up from 92%. That's because they forgot a bell, so I had to come over here and finish it up. Contract finished. Now, I don't think there's any new jobs in. I'm not too worried about them. I don't know if there's another one, I will take it. Nope, no new belling jobs. So anything else in here worth taking? I mean, oh man, they just got a bigger stone picking one coming in. Yeah, no, I'm going to pass on that. I'm going to pass. I mean, the easy one to do would be this wood transport. That's actually the exact same route I did previously for $11,000. I'd end up doing that because we do have a worker going away on our field. Currently, we are liming our field. But as far as bell wrapping goes, we're done. $6,111 is what we're going to make here, taking us up over $100,000. Okay, yeah, just a little bit over. So 101.25. Instead of sitting around doing nothing, I'm going to go ahead and work on this wood transport job while our field work's being done. So currently, I got the John Deere heading back to the farm with a worker. Got a worker liming our field. I'm doing this. And I just thought of something. This contract here kind of reminds me of those old contracts. I believe that was back on FS 19, maybe 17. they were the transport jobs where you'd go pick up the pallet and deliver it across the map or something like that. I miss those contracts. I mean, they were easy, they were good paying. I remember every time I'd come into like a file with like barely no money, I would get me a telehandler and go pick up those pallets and drive them across the map in the telehandler. I would always do that, and that's how I made most of my money. Of course, I was on console then, so I couldn't do any fancy jump across the maps or anything like that, so it was just a lot of driving, and a lot of slow driving because it was a telehandler. You know, one thing I wonder about, once I complete this contract, will it spawn in the same contract again? Because I currently have this truck and trailer delivered up to the site where the wood is. I just feel like that's going to be way too easy to just keep repeating the step over and over and over again. $39 sold wood, $4 environmental score reward, taking us up to not much. Gosh, that was only $43. I don't know what I was thinking. Let's complete this, and then that's going to take us up a good amount. We just made $11,078 on that contract, taking us up to $111,946. Now, let me test my theory here. Is there a new $11,000 wood transport job in there? And there's not. I mean, maybe give it a second and it'll probably come in. I'll check it again here in a minute. Looks like the worker's about done with the lineman. I think he's finishing up the headland right now. And I believe our nitrogen is actually in a pretty good state for oats. Oats, I don't think takes very much nitrogen. It's not giving us actual good or perfect rating because there's no seed in the ground. So I'm trying to debate, should I go ahead and just lay down a thing of fertilizer and then plant? That way it doesn't use too much fertilizer out of our planter, because our planter does have fertilizer built into it. But I'm also thinking it's probably enough in here, it'd be fine. So let's just see what happens. Wow, that's not even using any lime. I mean, it looks like it's coming out the back, but the number there has not moved this whole entire strip. I guess the lime was in just such a good state. Now, okay. Oh, nope, turn off. I don't know what's going on there. I guess previously I did lime it before getting the soil samples, so that's why the lime is so high. And I've been thinking about turning off the automatic detection and just over fertilizing, over liming, because looking at our grass field a little bit, you'd probably catch a glimpse of it in that mini map. It's gone now, but could have probably catched a little glimpse of it. And it's just so many different colors. I feel like it's not applying the right amount of fertilizer, lime, or anything in general. So all done here. Let's get this parked out of the way. Let's hook up to our planter. Probably have to buy us some seeds. Don't have to buy any more fertilizer because all those bags right in front of us are solid fertilizer. So before we start this up, catching a little glimpse of our nitrogens in the top left there, current and where the flag is. Looks like a lot of fertilizer might be used to get it up there, but it doesn't have to go up there too far. It's still in a yellowish, orangish color, kinda. Let's just see how much it goes through. I mean, not much capacity in this. That's what worries me. I'm gonna have to keep refilling it over and over again. Now, I was thinking about the whole rotating the field a little more, and I probably should have just went ahead and mowed up the grass we got on our grass field and planted that field with oats, but that was definitely an opportunity missed already. Too far along here. Not gonna worry about that, because next year around we'll end up doing a grass harvest on this field. If I do plant grass in it after the harvest of oats, we'll end up doing a grass harvest on this field in the month of March, and then we'll go around planting oats on it. So might as well just do that to both the fields. Another bell wrapping contract all done. So I'll pop in, figured, hey, let's take it. Pretty easy. Come over there, hire the worker, all that good stuff. Now we're going to make $6,561 off this contract. Collect that. Done. Taking us up to $116,000. Man, that is looking real nice. Constantly seeing that out of the negative. I am in a very good mood today now. Finishing up the planting of oats right here. This is awesome. Loving it. Now there is rolling left to do, but I'm going to save that for next episode because I got some very, very big plans for next episode, and I hope to see y'all there. That's the end of this one. I really do want to thank y'all so much for stopping and watching. I hope y'all have a great day or night. Y'all take care.